Welcome, everybody, to Kicking with the Hermano? What is this? I don't know what's going on. Hi, everybody. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Mexicans. Welcome to Kicking with the Compas, a very special edition of Kicking with the Compas. Except it's not a compas, es mi hermano. Bienvenidos, hermano, a los Tejas de Naices de los Cruces.
Amen. That was very scary. You yelled at me.
I didn't yell at you at all.
I'm not used to you projecting that hard.
Oh, really? You've
No.
never heard me project once in my life.
No, not in this format.
Oh, well,
You're
that's
very close.
That's because you've well, that's the thing. We used to do this on Skype,
Right.
And so it would be like,
I just turned you down.
welcome everybody. I'm Sammy Gonzalez, aka The Mexicans. Joining me on the other side, we have
The other guy, Gilbert Gonzalez, presumably Gonzalez.
presumably.
What stories have you told about our father?
Oh man,
Don't go into it. Not today.
I'm trying to remember.
Not today.
Not today. We will cry about our father on the PayPal. Not PayPal. Patreon. There you go. Patreon exclusive where you get all the drama from our family. But we have no drama for you today. We have,
Of course not.
all of our adventures. We have beverages. We have barbecue. We have ass shots. We got everything for you today on this episode. And we just got done watching Legends of the Hidden Temple, and boy, are those kids stupid.
And Guts, those ones are actually athletes, so they did very well.
Right.
The Nick Arcade kids, pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb as well, honestly.
To be fair, technology gap, they were struggling because they were looking at probably a tiny monitor and they were on a green screen.
Right.
It was probably very disorienting.
I don't know how they had the technology back in 1992 to do that. It was very progressive, even though the games that they had to compete were Pong, Battletoads, and a bunch of other non-affiliated Acclaim games that they were trying to release but weren't good enough.
Don't pick Battletoads. It's hard.
Battletoads is hard as shit.
It's hard as fuck.
You can cuss on the show, you know that,
Just
right?
making sure we're past. I'm used to YouTube. I'm an old man.
Oh, no, you can cuss on YouTube. But it can't be within the first, 30 seconds or something like that?
Yeah, I know. I know of the rules, but I don't know them in my heart. So I don't know when to do them.
Oh.
You know? Is it 30 seconds? Is it 5 minutes? So I could just say fuckity fuck now?
I'm pretty sure you're demonetized. Fuck. But
Edit and post?
before we get started, though, here's the thing. You've told me this legend real quick before we get started. We had a lot of adventures this weekend. We were hanging out. We were in San Antonio. We went to GalaxyCon, which is a convention with all sorts of actors and performers and cosplays, which are probably all breaking all sorts of strike rules. But joining us also as well is the chat. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Joey Bear, Daddy Issues in the Gonzalez house. Hey, everybody has daddy issues. It's just how much, all right? Frisco Flame, which Nick game do you think you would be best at? That's a good question. Of those, like Nick Arcade, Global Guts, regular classic Guts, I don't think I could compete on a global stage.
Ooh, I was never that super athletic, so it'd have to be the video game one, and I would just bullet hell. Top down, airplane shooter. Just be like, yeah, as long as it had tight controls.
Do you have fucking Metal Slug? Fuck it, I'll do that.
Metal Slug's hard too, though.
I don't know.
It's good, but it's hard.
Right. Yeah, see? I want a glowing piece of that Radical Rock. We were talking about how fucking awesome that name, that unofficial name for the aggro crag was. I don't know who the writers were or what they were fucking doing, but those guys were fucking awesome.
Like, I would hate to go there, be excited, compete, do all that, and just lose to a German kid.
That's why I said I can't do
Wipe the
global.
floor with me,
I can't do global Guts. See, I can't represent America. I'd be America. I wouldn't be representing Mexico or anything.
Right.
It would just be America. And we'd be third from the bottom with Ukraine in the global stats, with Germany fucking winning everything.
Or you got a kid from Israel learning Krav Maga and just jumps up the entire aggro crag in 3 seconds.
Right. I can't do it. I can't look at the piece, the fucking Radical Rock.
Nope.
See, and the thing is, all that glitter would get in my eyes. I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. I'd be like, shit, I can't see, and I'd be all over the place.
We're doing modern one where we just throw like flash bangs,
Oh shit! Strobe lights,
pellet guns at people,
paintballs, man. That's right.
You know what? Same thing. They're as safe as each other. Have you ever been shot with a paintball?
I have been shot with a paintball. I can't do paintballing. I did it one time, and I realized the reason why I couldn't because there was guys that took it way more seriously.
Every time.
Fucking just tactical gear. Full tactical. Camel. Okay. The other time,
Kevlar.
Right. I'm 6'4", and I was hiding in a good spot where I had full cover, and somehow the guy with the goddamn tactical gear, he somehow got down. He was laid flat, prone. He shot and he hit me in my lonja, my fucking love handle that was somehow not in cover. And I went, my fat. And I couldn't do it.
You know, he had it calibrated because those guys like get wind and stuff. So
right.
Like, on his GoPro, he has the video of it just like firing and then curving. Like
right.
One movie.
Right. He has like, what was that movie? Not Curve.
Wanted.
Wanted. There you movie called Curve, where the bullets curve. Angelina Jolie is wonderful. He did one of those on me. And then I was like, well, fuck. I can't pretend because... No. Because those guys take that shit seriously. Have you ever seen those guys who like don't call, like they're like cheaters in paintball? Which is, I think you're the scum of the earth if you're a cheater at paintball. But they'll get hit in the face, and the guy's on GoPro and he's like, "I got you, you're down." And the guy's like, "No, he didn't." And so the guy starts shooting him in the balls. The guy's like, "Okay, stop hitting me in the balls," because he's just unloading on his huevos.
Play by the rules.
I like the one where
play by the rules, kids.
Play by the rules, kids, because. What ends up happening also, which makes me laugh, are the BB gun guys, because they're even more serious about it.
Yeah.
And there was one where like a guy got shot by, I want to say like a teenager, like a 16-year-old who's getting into the hobby or whatever, and he punched him. He punched the 16-year-old. The guy was like, "Hey, get this guy out of here." He punched the 16-year-old, and all those guys were going to beat the fuck out of him because the guy just got so, like, he couldn't control himself. Right. He was so fucking angry that he lost to a kid in pretend guns.
His play pretend war. I got shoot, pew, pew, pew.
Right.
Got my stick. No, I shot you. No, you didn't. Yes, I did.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, guys,
it's all pretend.
It's all pretend.
It's all pretend. I wear armor and helmets and swords. It's all pretend. It's not real. I'm not a Viking. I just like to play like I'm one. And that's okay.
It's okay. Chainmail's fun to wear sometimes, all right? Oh, I wish I had some photos of you in your armor. That would have been sick as fuck. That would have been how I should have been like, "Hey, Gil, on your carry-on, just bring your helm, your great helm, and just rock that shit."
You didn't give me any production notes.
I didn't get you any production notes. He's doing this by the skin of his teeth. The only thing they really know about you, if anything, is that I may have mentioned you've done improv. And I've also mentioned on occasionally, if they do pay attention, which I'm sure they don't, I said you're funnier than I am, so that's pretty easy. I'm not even saying there's no pressure, because you just are, and it'll come out eventually.
Well, we'll see what happens, because I'm used to live theater.
Right.
You know, so and I'm used to moving. I'm a little locked down right now, so.
Right. And you have no immediate reaction.
And I'm usually, here's a big thing though. I'm usually performing with talented people.
Motherfucker. You son of a fuck. You son of a wait. I don't think I call you son of a bitch, because we have the same mother. And she's not that all the time.
Yeah.
Not all.
Yeah. Hey, laundry another day. Patreon.
Yeah. You got to pay big bucks for that. And you're coming back in what, March, when it's not so goddamn hot in this goddamn city?
Who knows? I don't know, man. I left. So where I came from in California, I left. It was like 79, 85, and I come here. It's 100 across the board.
100 across the board.
And like slightly too humid.
Right.
Where I'm just like, man, now it doesn't like evaporate. It doesn't go off you. It just bubbles to the top. And then it stays there, and then between your fingers and between your toes.
And for the audio listeners, he has a thick, thick mane of hair, quite the opposite of his brother.
Thought you were going to say he has thick, thick thighs.
Oh, well, that too. That's also on the Patreon, is your thick thighs. I took some sneak pics while he was sleeping. Yeah, I'll monetize your thighs. It's all right.
I want to see. Someone asked, it was Frisco Flame, does he do good improv? Man, I wish I could, I want to say, yes, I do good improv. I've done it for a long time. I pay attention. I do all that stuff. But I get your sentiment if you've ever seen bad or mediocre improv.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm in a rocket ship. No, you're not. You're in a horse. What? First of all, stop saying no, you fuck.
Where's the scene going now? I have no idea. I've lost control.
Right. But in order for us to make this an educational show, we have no agenda here. We're going to talk about a few things, talk about our weekend. If there's topics that have come up, we have been living in a news bubble. We haven't been paying attention to the news. I can't. No. I mean, Smash Mouth guy died.
We'll get alcohol later. We'll pour one out.
Well, actually, that's what I was trying to get to, is that we want to loosen up a little bit. We've had a long weekend of adventures and fun, and you turned me on to a special beverage that I've been wanting to try. You tried it about, maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. And if you've ever been on Reddit, I found the story. So this guy on Reddit posted, "I've mixed cranberry Mike's Harder and cucumber lime Gatorade into a drink I like to call the flavor because, you drink this shit and your tongue is like, there's a taste here. You are experiencing a flavor. When you go to open the door, there's no flavor there. It comes back with an undefined error in the flavor column. It's in the missing no of flavors. So it absolutely and definitely tastes like something, and that something is nothing." So I've been curious ever since he concocted this. And so I got the two things right here because we found this. Where did we find this? Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we found it at Bussey's. Found it at Bussey's. And I hadn't found it locally, so I wasn't able to try it on my own. So I went and got some. So I'm going to pour some today. And I got the glass out. I got the fancy glasses.
There you go.
Look at that right there. So you can see. It's a visual medium. You have to make sure the glasses are clear.
And I've tried it before, and the thing is, like, it is very taste. It is flavor. The only thing is that I have to admit that there was a little bit of the cucumber at the back end. You know, so you're like, cucumber. Okay, I'm there.
Okay, well I'm gonna try to get the algorithm right.
Not to
make it,
influence your tasting.
Oh no.
But
I don't like any of these flavors. I don't like cucumber, and I don't like lime, and I don't like cranberry, really. So unless it has a little bit of that Mike's Hard Lemonade element. So we'll see. So that's about equal.
Eyeball it.
I'm eyeballing it right here. You guys can't see it because... And right now...
I can see the top of it.
Right. Oh, I didn't have a stir. Okay, well, use your finger or something. We'll figure it out. I'm going to use my finger. So yeah, it's been
use your finger too.
It's been a long... I'm not going to put...
I didn't watch this.
Ladies... I'm taking.
Men.
This is what you're missing out on. A very firm... one finger spinning in a rotation.
Everyone.
Okay. Brother, it's been a great time having you here. It's good having you on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Let's try the flavor. Just tastes like cucumber to me. Maybe I didn't mix it well enough.
A little bit more mics.
Let's put some more mics in there. What was that? Okay. Here.
It surprises
Get some more
you.
mics.
Don't get the electronics.
Oh, man. This is fucking high risk, high reward right here. Sam, you got a bit of red on your nose. I scratched at a pimple, all right? It's been on for 2 shows. Get over it.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that because I've been wanting to ask all week and I just didn't say shit. See, I'm a good brother.
No, you're not. You just
I didn't say anything.
You just got... I would have told you no matter what. I'm an open book. Let's see.
But I didn't have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
That time it was more. That time is flavor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're
I was
getting
drinking
at.
something.
I mean, here's the thing: there's alcohol in this shit, so I'm having a great time.
I don't even taste that.
Right. This is not going the way I think they thought it was gonna go. This is one of those things where it's like people drinking pilk. You remember that? Pepsi and milk. They were like, "Why does it taste so gross?"
Pepsi and milk.
But do not put pickle beer in there. Oh no, I got rid of that pickle beer. Mark goes buys punishment beers and then fucking leaves them in my fridge. And I don't want to waste beer, but they're like pickle beers.
Oh.
One of them's like a...
It's like ice.
Salt.
Iced.
One of them's salt water. It was like a salty dog, and it was just like a saltwater beer. It wasn't terrible, to be fair. But, yeah, we're having a good time. You know what? This just tastes like cranberry, lime cucumber.
Here, try this. Try mine.
Okay.
Try mine.
I'm going to see it. And if I got this wrong.
Cilantro man. Is that...
I could taste the cucumber and the not the cranberry. I could taste the cucumber.
That's the only thing I taste in the back end. But
right. It's not bad, actually. Like, it's like all the flavors of, like, nothing.
Yeah.
But if it's just cucumber that I end up with, I'm fine. This is great. But that was quite disappointing. This is live. Gil, this is what happens, Gil. Sometimes you set up a segment, and I could be like, oh, man, I could taste nothing, and fucking fake it.
Well,
but that was truly, like, I couldn't even pretend.
But that's the thing. Like, do we want to ride flavors? Like, what are the flavors that you have enjoyed? What are the flavors that, like, what are the flavors that you're aware of? You know, either you dislike it or you're, like, really into it. Because I find myself really bougie. Like, I'm bougie as fuck. It surprises me sometimes when I'm, like, eating stuff and I'm like, oh, this thing is really great. This is like amazing. What is this? Oh, it's truffle oil. Like,
oh, shit.
Man.
Oh, man.
I don't want this kind of addiction.
This is a rarity.
I just want to eat quarter pounders. They're cheaper.
Right. No. See, my thing is they didn't have a name for it back in the day, so I thought it was just salt. But no, I'm an umami guy.
Oh,
give me some fucking umami. Give me some eel, soy sauce. MSG, give me that shit. I don't give if you stuff with MSG. So like I can do that. I'm also a crispy guy. I need a crunch, man. I need Captain Crunch. Crunch ties me Captain Crunch candy bars. If
Yeah.
I need to have a crisp. If it's mushy, fuck a mushy. Fuck a pudding, applesauce. I'll eat it, of course.
Man.
But of the rankings, crispy over mushy for sure. Every time.
I only have to disagree with you because technically pies are mushy, even though they're flaky layered.
See, that's why I enjoy cobblers. Because they got crunchy
Okay.
bits in with like the peach. I like, peach mush. I got a
Yeah.
peach cobbler. But when you cobble something, you get those fucking bits in there.
Peaches, shoes, hats, whatever. Cobble it, I'll eat it.
Right? Old lady who lived in the shoe. She's a cobbler. Like her too.
That rhymed. That was very nice.
It happens sometimes. I'm that clever. Also, you missed it, Bad G. I've not been fighting.
What happened?
Everyone's looking at my nose now. They brought attention to it. Even though last episode, I went through the whole show with a fucking bright red nose, nobody said anything. Now this time around, they're like, does your brother beat you in the face? And he does. He does.
I admit it.
He took my bed.
I'm looking at the further.
I've been sleeping on the couch.
I've been farting it all weekend.
Oh, God damn it, yeah.
Ripping.
He's been ripping ass. Hi, Serenity. Hi, Bad G. Hi, Zapata. DJ Lemon. He don't like booty flavor. Okay. Do you have any opinions on eating butt? I don't want to ask my brother this, but perhaps we'll get some backup on this.
I'll answer it this way. When you get to a certain age, you realize that everybody has a human body.
Right.
And human bodies are going to do what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. And they'll have some good days, and they'll have some bad days.
Right.
And you just need to be understanding that, sometimes the human body just does things, and you have to indulge.
That's a little too vague. Do you or do you not eat ass?
Oh, if that's the question, yes.
No, because now they're going to take this clip and be like, your own brother does this.
Where's the TikTok? Booty in the booty in the.
That's not how TikTok works.
I don't know.
I'm
an old man. I'll see it on Instagram.
No, we're gonna get
2
fucking
years
pressed.
from now.
We're gonna get. They're like, oh, we're gonna get a contest to press because they're like, oh, they're talking about eating butt. We can't have that. We can only have kids dancing erotically. That's all we can have on this
We're not
app.
talking about eating butt. We're talking about eating botole.
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 Oh, talking about eating what a calamari.
Do they know culo yet?
I'm not sure. I wonder if you actually. There's a guy on TikTok that he speaks pretty much heinous shit in Spanish, and nobody fucking stops him.
Nobody
So.
pays attention,
Right.
Because as soon as you hire somebody who speaks Spanish, it also I don't know about Spain Spanish, but you're like, hey, we hired you. You just need to listen and make sure they don't say heinous things. And they're like, great. But that guy speaks heinous stuff all the time.
Of course, yeah,
to
it's
his
cultural,
mom. Like,
yeah.
It's the culture. It's just like, I'm talking about everybody's like business.
Right, exactly. That's
But
all
it's
it is.
Spanish, so it's okay.
Right. Like fucking way. Do you know like way is like down to the actual translation? Bull's balls. That's
See,
like
I never know
grab me top of that. Grab a sad
Everybody
top of
just
that.
throws it. Hey,
right.
Way.
Hey, Way. Hey, ¿cómo estás? Way.
Everything's
Call
a
him
Way.
Way. Because he told me one time. Grandpa told me, he was like, call that guy Way. And they're like, no, don't call him that. It means bull's balls. I'm like, why would I call him that? But everyone calls everybody Way. Way.
Yeah.
So.
And as long as we don't have people who understand that, like, what's his name? Who's that one guy who said skeet, skeet, skeet?
Oh, Lil Jon.
Lil Jon said skeet, skeet, skeet for like 3 years, and nobody knew it was like jizzing until then when they found out, they were just like, shit, no.
Oh. The radio editor just fucking guts it out. Oh, we were skiing for the first 2 years of that song. And then, mother.
Yep.
So we got what? Got what? Because it wasn't goddamn. It was got what? Oh, man. I'm a big fan of fucking radio edits.
I love
Dude.
TV edits.
TV edits.
Radio edits are bad because you're listening to the song, you're singing the song, and it just disrupts.
Right.
But when someone's like, we got to fruit and find this fruit and freaking guy, and we're going to fruit and find him. Go get that bull squash. It's just hilarious.
Oh, what are you talking about? You talking about Mr. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon?
Here it is.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
That's not even Bruce Willis.
Exactly.
That was an Italian man, Mr. Falcon.
No, because you've heard the song from Nickelback, Rockstar. You know,
Still tastes like nothing.
I'm just getting buzzed.
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
At the back end.
Right. But that song, Rockstar by Nickelback, where it's like, I like wearing clothes with all the tassels. hire a big bodyguard to beat up assholes is the name of the song, right?
Okay.
That's how the song goes.
Not familiar.
Right. We all just want to be big. Nope. It's all right. It's fine. But so the radio edit, he goes, I like to wear big shirts with the big old tassels, get a big bodyguard to beat up tassels. Like it just cut it and rhymed it with itself because you can say ass all the time on radio,
right.
but you can't say asshole. You can say damn, but you can't say goddamn.
And some radios, you can say damn, but you just said it, goddamn. Like,
right.
It's damn. And you're like, well, isn't the whole thing a curse? Just take the whole thing out.
Right. But no, B, you can't, you could say damn, because damn's in the Bible, but goddamn, that's sacrilege.
God is also
and we
in the
still...
Is it? I don't even know.
No, but we still have those puritanical rules, I feel, where it's like, you cannot say goddamn. Because some guy in the McCarthy era was like, we're going to leave that into the fucking writing, into, what was it? The rule, was it the book that you couldn't like do certain things on comics? What was that called? Felix probably knows it, but no, there's plenty of fucking radio edits that are wonderful. This is the classic one, the most classic.
Nah, I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane. Everybody strap in.
Is that a real line read? Because his lips look like he said it.
No, he
Or is it
says
just my brain.
Oh, let me see. Like if he's actually
Like,
saying it
he's saying
as a recut. Let's see.
Nah,
I've had it with this motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. No, he's saying
Friday.
motherfucking.
No, he said Friday.
Let me see. Let's try it one more time.
That was a different take.
We're gonna
they knew they was gonna go straight to TV, so they got different takes.
We're gonna Zapruder film this shit.
On this Monday to Friday plane.
See, look at Friday.
Everybody strap in.
I don't know, man.
Mute it. Play it and mute it.
Okay.
I'll read it.
All right, let's do it.
I'll do the voice.
Next on this Monday through sorry, I was watching it myself. It was just watching you.
I'm
Hold
like
on.
looking at it like.
All right, here we go.
Look at his lips.
Let's go back here. Let's go back here.
Okay, look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Enough is enough. I've had it with this
Monday
Friday snakes on this motherfucking plane.
No, I can't tell.
You can't tell?
No.
All right, what they say? I guess the airport and run airplanes only Monday through Friday. Exactly. This Monday to Friday plane, not this other bullshit. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But I like having fun with edits, but I do have to say I do get annoyed when media treats me like a child.
What do you mean?
You know, well, like YouTube. You know, you can't curse in the first 30 seconds. Why?
Because children watch YouTube.
But you already have a mechanism for saying this is for children, right?
YouTube Kids.
No, well, isn't there? Okay, this is like technical stuff. I'm not. As
we can get into it. Yeah, that's fine. This show is about nothing, Gil. You got to realize. Kick it with the Compas. We can talk about whatever we want.
That's why I'm transitioning. Ha ha ha. It's called improv.
Oh my God. So YouTube
I
has
hijacked the show.
Oh my God. I know nothing. I've been bamboozled once again. As you drink your melon cucumber cranberry
Do you
delicious.
guys mind if I drink on camera? I don't know. What's the etiquette? I don't drink when I perform
You can drink on camera. That's fine.
because
Doesn't
I'm just
matter.
gonna keep sipping it.
Yeah, I'll fill you up.
My brain is like taste,
right.
taste.
Here, let me fill you up real quick. Let me get some more.
All right.
And then let me get you some more of this cucumber. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it going. That way you don't taste nothing for shit.
I will say they're the most dramatic colors. It's like a weird, I don't want to say puke green, but it's not like a natural, healthy looking green. It's not
Right.
evergreen.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not even a lime green.
I didn't even know they made the lime cucumber one. And so one time someone bought it, and I was like, oh man, lemon lime, I can't wait. What the fuck? Because it's not a taste that I grew up with. Like, oh yeah, I'm Mexican, whatever. But like, I wasn't a real big fan of Mexican candies. Like, like those ones, like pepino limon, those types of flavors, like the watermelon with the tamarindo and stuff.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of those things. They're too sour. I don't like sour. Talking about flavors, going back to that.
I don't like sour beers, but sour stuff.
Sour stuff, can't do it. So,
It just, yeah. All like, if it's just nothing, my brain's like, yeah, just keep doing it. It's not going to poison you.
Right.
But that what you were saying about like I expected one thing and something else happened. That's like your brain telling you you've been poisoned.
oh no.
You either throw up or shit your pants.
Right.
Well, I mean,
And I don't feel like doing anything right now, honestly.
And so you have to tell your brain, no, it's okay. It's just cucumber.
It's just right. It's picking something.
element.
It's picking the one element that's like, all right, cucumber. That's the most palatable of your flavors.
Right.
Fuck it. Why
Run
not?
through that Rolodex in your head and be like, hey, not poison, not poison, not poison,
Not
cucumber.
poison. Cucumber.
Yeah.
Gross, but not poison. I am so glad. Man, fucking biology is crazy. Where things like that happen, where it's like you develop tips and tricks in your body about how to react to stuff.
Man.
Like, I mean, like you see something, like you see shiny, value. Why? Why is that a thing? What was shiny that we need? Water, clean water.
Water.
Right. So it's like clean water, and then you look at like your brain goes clean water, that's pure, and then you look at chrome, and you're like, that's also pure.
Yes, the gems.
Right? Shiny stones. We are so stupid. Monkey brain is so stupid and fun.
We're already in it, so I'll just go there.
Oh yeah,
But,
you can go anywhere.
Like one thing that annoys me a lot too is that like every once in a while I'll eat something, and my it feels like my body's like, ooh, that was a little much for your tummy. Mm-hmm. How should we respond? And I was like, oh, is it like real bad? What do? You vomit.
Right, you're supposed to throw up.
You get it out of your body. Okay. I just hate it when my body's sometimes like, hey, let's go to the bathroom real urgently right now. Why? Why? It didn't go through my system in 5 minutes. If it's gonna kill me, I'm dead.
Right.
Just because I clear myself.
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm any better position.
But gets it out one way or another.
Well, that's not even. No, that was from yesterday.
Oh.
What's leaving now is the good stuff I ate. It's only like the poison that's now deeper in my system because it has more room to go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Denny's, where I immediately have to go to the bathroom as I'm sitting.
Yeah,
as I'm
what
sitting.
saying.
Yeah.
How does that help though? If you ate poison Denny's,
Denny's is not poison. I won't let you even start.
I'm just saying, what if it's food poisoning?
Right.
And then you relieve yourself from the sandwich you ate yesterday. Like that doesn't help. Body?
Just a dump of everything.
Body. What are you doing? I'm also like old. I'm almost 40, so I don't know if this is a unique thing that I'm realizing. All the kids are like, what is he talking about?
First of all, we skew a little bit older. Second of all, everyone's gonna get there. Man,
that's the thing. We all get there, and if you don't, it's because you didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
And the years stop coming, and they don't stop coming until they stop coming. Rest in peace.
Pour one out on the.
I'll write on my laptop. Fuck. No, but yeah, man. That's my thing, is that I am not old.
You're not.
However, things are not working quite as well as they used to. That's why I keep getting all these blue pill. Was it Blue Chew? That's all the ads for the boner pills.
Yeah.
And that's why this is sponsored by, but we're not sponsored by Blue Chew yet.
Yeah. You know, you should get sponsored by Hims.
Hims
thinks I need therapy. Hims needs, I think, hair dye and regrow.
And boner pills.
Hims thinks I need boner pills. Hims thinks I need like insoles. I don't know what Hims sells. There's just like anything to make you feel less like more of a man.
I use Hims, and I use it for one thing.
what?
I use it for cold sores. I used to anyway.
Why is it Hims then? Why?
Because here's what you do. So here, I get cold sores, right? Naturally, right? On my lips, right? It happens. It's herpes simplex 2. And so
It's the better one.
right. And so what happened before I had a doctor, I was like, man, I have these outbreaks. And actually our sister was like, hey, I get outbreaks on my face and nose too. So here, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sammy's herpes. I get
herpes.
it. Yeah. So I would get it when I was stressed out or excitable or tired or whatever, and it would go in my nose and go in my lip. It was fucking awful. So I was like, oh, fuck, I feel it coming on, because you feel a twinge. I don't know if you have them, but I get a twinge.
Oh, okay.
And so Hims was like, oh, shit, we got next day delivery. And you go and you have a chat with a doctor, like over like text chat.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I have cold sores. And they're like, cool, we'll prescribe you. Send. And so they just have a doctor that's like in the ether that prescribes anything to anybody at any time. So if you need boner pills, prescription.
Man.
If you need fucking hair plugs, prescription. If you need heroin or testosterone, fucking prescription. So that's what Hims is. It's just a doctor that's willing to fucking give you anything, anytime you want.
It's some dude in Croatia just being like, I'm ready, coach.
Exactly.
Let me in.
Exactly.
I went to 14 years of school. I could do it. Come on, give me a chance.
Exactly. So, and see, look at Rakid's like, I told you to stop eating ass, Sammy. See, if I eat ass, I give them my mouth herpes in their butt, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, all right?
Nobody does.
Nobody. Fucking nobody. So I am actually preserving all y'all's fun time. You're welcome. So no, that's why I used Hims, and then I got a real doctor. A dental dam? That is the lamest of all protections. You know that, right? Hey, what if I want to eat some genitalia through saran wrap? Just fucking
Hey, do what you need to do.
I want to lick a window.
What if you fell in love with someone with leprosy?
I don't
They
know what
wanted a little bit of love.
Look, I don't know what leprosy is.
As far as I know, don't quote me, I'm not a Hims doctor.
You don't have the qualifications.
Leprosy basically is like you don't feel pain like other people, and so bruises and scratches and scrapes and stuff like tend to affect you better. That's affect you more. That's why they're like, oh, people are peeling and stuff like that. It doesn't deteriorate your body, as far as I know.
Well, let's see. This is what Google has to say.
Okay.
Leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease, is a chronic infectious disease caused by Mycobacterium leprae. The disease affects the skin, the peripheral nerves, mucosal surfaces of the upper respiratory tract, and the eyes. Leprosy is known to occur at all ages, ranging from early childhood to old. I still don't know what that fucking means. I'm a pretty smart guy.
Yeah,
It's like mucus infection. I don't know.
Well, maybe if you went to, get your doctorate in Croatia.
Right. If I go to Hims,
They would pay for it.
Hey, you know what? I need some cold sore medication, but what's leprosy? While I have him on the line, just ask him all sorts of questions. Also, Zapata Emiliano, to be a fly on the wall while y'all are in the room. Man, our fucking conversations on the way to San Antonio when we hung out, we were talking about some heinous shit. I don't even remember half of it.
Here's the thing. You were saying heinous. Oh, you were telling me about a podcaster who was like, he says like how much he like loves sex and stuff like that.
Stavros Halkias, yes.
He talks about heinous shit. And I was like, as long as he's, as long as he's like okay with it for himself.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like
sex
to me is not heinous. Sex to me is not like gross or degenerate or anything. If like if someone eats booty, they eat booty. And the only thing that gets in my way is like, does this person want it or not?
Right.
Like
I'm fucking game. Put me in, coach.
Like, I wouldn't say this because I know the connotation, but like, I like sluts. They're my friends. At times I've been a slut, and it's great. But like,
I've never
when you
been a
say
slut.
something like that, I mean,
I've never been a slut. I wish I was a slut. I wish I had a slut era. And I still have a chance, perhaps, if things go wrong in my current relationship. But like, I've not had a slut era, and it's not fair.
Well, here's and to be totally like, a slut era is not just like about the sex,
right?
It's the whole like feeling yourself era. It's just like, let me make some bad decisions,
right?
Right.
I'm too scared to make bad decisions.
I know,
though.
yeah, exactly. I know that.
I'm full of Catholic guilt, and I'm not even that Catholic.
Not Catholic.
Not even that Catholic at all.
But it's one of those things where you really just let yourself go, and some like the old idea is like, oh, sluts are bad people because they have a lot of sex. It's like, no, everyone likes sex. Why is it a bad thing to want more of it? And why is it a thing? Why should you shame other people for having it? Like, shut your mouth. You want sex, but you're telling other people like, oh, but you wanting it.
No, sex is only for the sole purpose of procreation, Gil. Didn't you read the scripture?
In what species?
American. An American human.
Call me Canadian.
That's what I said. No, I was on a political podcast, and they were talking about that specific point about how they were saying that homosexuality is a sin because it has it's not for the purposes of solely procreation, which is what biblical people want to say is what sex is all about.
Right. And real quick to stop you there, people with infertility, people who are, they have multiple different kinds of chromosomes.
Yeah, they're not going to heaven.
Like people, all that stuff. Like, okay, that said, keep going.
Yes,
like,
no, but I'm saying
already done. Your argument already done.
No, Gil, they're just not going to heaven unless you create children. You are not going to heaven. No, but I was in the middle of
people are not going to heaven. I don't want to be there. Either.
Right, because those guys are fucking tight. No, but that was the thing. I was in this very serious podcast
all I hang out
for
with.
my job.
They're all my friends.
For my job, and this person's talking from the bottom of the heart about all the anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ things in the state of Texas that's happening, right? And it's a very deep conversation. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, and they're going after the LGBTQ community because they don't like us having sex without the sole purpose of procreation. I go, well, if they're calling us the devil for that, put horns on me too. And everyone started fucking laughing. And I was like, well, fuck it. Like, I've not had a kid, and I've had enough sex. So it's like, hell, I don't think I had a ton, but like, I've had it. And so it's like, I haven't had any kids. I have used birth control. I've been to Planned Parenthood, and they've given me fucking baggies full of condoms. It's recreational.
I was waiting for you to be like, I've had it. Not a fan, but I did.
Had what?
Wishy-washy about it.
Oh, pregnancy or what?
Sex.
Oh, sex. Oh, yeah.
It was
fine.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had better meals, but
Oh, man.
really good tacos. Better than sex? Maybe.
Maybe.
Some of it.
How good has my sex been? That's the other thing, too. Actually, to kind of give some people the context, some people who are watching right now or some people who are listening right now were also fans of me at doubletoasted.com and knew about Corey at spill.com.
What?
Yeah, no.
I introduced him to that.
Right.
I regret that to this very
It
day.
turned into this. This is all your fault. Is the
all
point?
my fault.
Is the point I was trying to make?
I was like, hey, Sam, I think you would like these guys. I just found them like a month ago.
Right.
It's called spill.com.
Was that a month ago? Really?
I probably
Right.
told you pretty soon.
Because
Corey
you,
Coleman, this dude co-hosts. This guy's the funniest guy.
right.
Listen to these guys. And next thing I know, he's moving to Texas. He's working for them.
Right.
And I'm like, where'd my brother go?
So no, he's been gone forever. But no, the thing they had as their rating was it some bullshit, rental.
Bullshit?
No, it's fuck you, some bullshit, rental, matinee, full price, and bed and the sex. And so that right there, for like a good chunk of me listening to them, I hadn't had sex, so I didn't have that ability to have a rating.
So you watched the second Batman, we're like, yeah, I know what it's like. It's worse than this.
It's worse than this.
It's worse than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Right? Oh my God. Him burning all that money, the feeling I felt was better than anything I could feel at the time or ever, actually, surprisingly enough. And then I had sex and I was like,
Which one? What are you choosing?
Look,
okay,
here.
you have to get rid of one for eternity. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
I keep saying Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Ledger's Joker no longer exists. That movie doesn't exist. Or you never get to have sex again.
Here's the thing.
Oh no, he's
here's
gonna
the thing,
give the
folks.
wrong answer.
Here's the thing.
He's gonna give the wrong answer.
You know I hate the fucking Joker, right?
Okay,
As a character.
Yeah, I think more and more I'm
I'm done with the Joker. And the thing is, the guys, Tommy, Marcos, all the guys, they like the Joker. They like DC Comics. They like comics. Right?
Yeah.
They like the chaos element of the Joker. I'm fucking done with the Joker. I'm Mark Hamill, great. Heath Ledger, great. Cesar Romero, great. Fucking Jack Nicholson, great. All right, let's put fucking Kieran Irishman from the guy from Eternals. Let's make him the Joker. Let's make 90 Seconds to Mars, Heath Ledger. I'm sorry, not Heath Ledger. Jared Leto, fucking make him the Joker.
Okay, well,
let's make Joaquin Phoenix the Joker.
Well, then
let's make everybody the fucking Joker.
Okay, I'm just gonna delete this list I have of my top 5 next Jokers. Okay,
Right?
I'm just gonna delete that. No, I was like, I'll bring some ideas to this show, and I guess not.
No more Jokers. I'm shutting that shit down.
Okay, well then I got my other list. What's your next top 5 Batmans?
Oh my God. Okay, I need him to be 75 years old.
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet needs to put on 35 pounds of muscle.
No, as is.
As is.
The Chalamet is as is.
Right. How come nobody... Fuck you, Kingpin Larry.
What happened?
No one will ever top Jared Leto. Everyone will top Jared Leto.
Oh, I mean, no one will top him in that direction, which is sideways.
Right.
No one will be more sideways than him.
Right.
Sure. Okay, I'll give it to you.
It's just like everyone loves the Joker so much. And I never read... I've read The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Actually read the comic. I go, what's the big deal?
Alan Moore doesn't even like that anymore.
And I read it, and I'm like, that was a pretty good story. It's pretty crazy. But, Barbara Gordon, man, he's fucking heinous. Took her out, whatever. And every piece of media I've consumed with the Joker, I just never really got it. It never really appealed to me. I get, Heath Ledger, very good performance, very menacing, excellent. I get that. But everything else with Joker and him as a character, I'm just enough. Just enough.
Well, because here's the thing. He's a power fantasy character.
Right.
So if you can't put yourself in that kind of either engaging him or being him or trying to say it would be fun to do these things.
Right.
He's not a real character for you to connect with as a human.
Right.
You can't say there's pathos and there's
right.
an interesting viewpoint on the world. He's just chaos. So it's kind of like the quick save. I'm gonna kill the village, and then
Right, exactly, and then go back to what you were gonna do anyway. But don't ruin your main save because you're gonna fuck up everything.
I'm gonna kill Brynjolf, and then
right,
shout him off a cliff. That's fun, and then I go back on it.
Right, like Batman never killing him and just letting him just run rampant, murdering everybody. It's like Batman, get your shit together.
Oh,
go for it.
I mean,
look, you're never coming back on the show ever again. burn all the bridges you fucking want as soon as you get there, man.
Well, no, look, there's a thing that I like to do, which is like, let's play fantasy. Who would win in a fight? Who would do all this stuff like that? And one of the things I don't necessarily like to do because it just ruins all of that is to be like, what should Batman do? He's a billionaire. He literally just fund programs like out his butt.
But Gil, the rich people will take it like they did in Batman. The Batman. I'm sorry, the Batman.
But they're not because they're not paying attention. Like, dude, pay people to audit one time. That's all it takes.
But then
when they do break the law, which they will, go after them, find them meaningfully. Give them restrictions. Take over the company.
No, but the Falcones own the police because everything's corrupt, and it just takes a white man dressed in a bat suit
make a private security force. The Wagner Group.
What is it? The goddamn Pinkertons. Yeah. Make your own Bat Pinkertons, all right? And just have them fucking investigate crimes on behalf of Gotham City.
I'm sure they did that in the Batman comic, like a alternate universe or whatever.
1943.
It probably wasn't that great.
Right. Goddamn, what was it? Commissioner Gordon sucks at his job. Let's just put it that way. If you have Commissioner Gordon as the police force captain and Batman exists in your city, that means you're a shitty fucking detective, all right?
Oh, those are fighting words. People love Gordon.
Fuck you, Commissioner Gordon, and your daughter got shot for a reason. You didn't protect her well enough. You son of a bitch. I'm coming after everybody in the fucking Batman universe. Clayface, your acting sucked. Riddler, you're not that fucking smart. You motherfucker, you're not that fucking smart.
Riddler is not smart. Riddler hides little question marks in air vents, AC vents, and behind trash cans.
Right.
Like, he's not that smart.
Right.
My favorite part is when they try to make Batman and him smart, so they'll put a riddle, and it'll be like, what's 2 by 2 and green by green, but only seen by a trampoline? And Batman will be like, water temple. And you're like, what? How did you get there?
Right.
And he's like, because I read the script, idiot. Like,
look, but Riddler has a genius IQ. He has a genius IQ, Gil.
IQ's biased.
Also,
have you seen IQ questions?
Like, actually, you have seen IQ questions. You taught me about this.
Capital of Montana. Like, those are the questions.
Right.
It's just, I can answer more trivia than you can.
Are you saying that IQ tests are trivia? Because you dealt with it, right? Because didn't you deal IQ tests, or you provided them, or
we just reviewed them in one of my. This was a million years ago,
right? In
college, just reviewed the IQ test and be like, here's sample questions, and here's how they grade it, and stuff like that. And it wasn't like an intense course, but basically like. Yeah, a lot of it is trivia. They're building more stuff around it to be like spatial and abstract and timing and all that stuff. But like, yeah.
Or you can do like this Batman, this most recent Batman, and just make him kind of like autistic coded, which really kind of pissed me off. Did you watch it, right? You saw it? And it's just like, why did you make him this way? And why am I super offended by that? And I don't get offended by much, but I was just kind of like, I don't like the way Paul Dano is doing this. Honestly, it's kind of disrespectful to somebody. But we'll get to the stories. How many times did you beat your brother when he was younger? There's only one time. There's only one time I remember.
I was like, is there only one time?
To my knowledge,
not like I never like beat you.
You never beat me, but there was one time, and I deserved it.
Oh, what did I throw? Was it when I threw a pizza disc?
No, it wasn't that, but I remember that. That was the thrill of the fight. I understood that. It wasn't also the time you hit a golf ball in my head.
When did I?
Okay, so maybe 3 times you fucked me up pretty bad.
That wasn't me.
No, so the first time, Romeo's Pizza. It's actually in the pre-roll. I put a video clip of Romeo's Pizza. If you watch the show, if you watch this live, you'll see Romeo's Pizza on there. Romeo's Pizza is a take and bake pizza place in Fresno, California, our hometown. And underneath it, they have a cardboard that you're able to do, like a take and bake pizza. That's obviously in the shape of a disc. We were playing fucking Frisbee with it for some godforsaken reason. We were bored one summer playing Frisbee with pizza, with a pizza cardboard.
Yeah.
And he threw it like a Frisbee, and you caught me on the side of the eye. It didn't hit me like right on. It hit me on the side of the eye because I got out of the way.
Your face at it, like most times.
Don't you start this shit, all right? Okay, maybe 4 times. Now there's a 4th time I remember. That was the most brutal one. The second time was the golf ball. My dad got a new set of clubs from like somewhere. Someone, I think his coworker gave it to him or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had a bag of balls and whatever. And for some reason, I was towards the house and you turned around and you chip shot hit me right in the forehead.
I was really good at that. I wasn't trying. I was just like, I'm gonna do a thing, and I'm like, fuck. How did I hit him square in the forehead?
Square in the forehead, yeah. Not in like any of the face scary meat. Square in the forehead.
Like, how do I do this?
Right. But you fucking 9-iron chip shot right in my forehead. No, but the third time, which was meaningful,
Oh no.
was I want to say we might have been playing Diddy Kong Racing. Let's just say it's Diddy Kong Racing for the sake of it. You had this new, we still have it, I don't know why we didn't throw it away, Mad Catz controller. And I had the regular one, and you had the turbo one. It was fat as shit. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Turbo? No, not the with N64.
It was the N64 controller. See,
No, I wouldn't get anything chunky. I wasn't that kind of kid.
No.
It was probably just purple.
No. I remember. There it is, motherfucker. I knew. Is this one? The N64.
That's not that chunky.
It's pretty chunky.
It's not like a real Mad Catz with 18 buttons.
Okay, well, no, it wasn't the I'm going to give this because you suck,
right?
Mad Catz, because else
yeah.
I would have been playing with it.
Exactly.
But the thing about this Mad Catz controller, though, was that it had a turbo button.
Okay,
and you spent your money that you earned somehow on this Mad Catz controller. This exact color, this exact model.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. I was playing with that controller because I'm little brother's second player. And I got mad that you were beating me. And it was in mom and dad's room during the summer, and I threw it towards the TV base or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the joystick broke. Joystick broke clean off.
I can still see that image in my head of the joystick broke.
Oh, I did too. Because my thing is the time froze, and I go, did it break? Oh, it broke. And you picked it up, and I stood up, and you stood up, and you went... like just like a clean fucking not an uppercut, but just like a hook, undercut hook into my gut, and I went ooh, and I dropped to my knees, and I'm pretty sure I started crying, and then it was like it hurt really bad. It was the hardest you'd ever punched me, and you never hit me. We were never face hitters. We were not abusers. You did not abuse me. There's another time we did go at Disneyland of all places. I'll tell that story.
We were adults though.
We were adults though. But he hit me in the stomach, and I go, ooh. And I kind of I was like, man, fucking guy punched me in the stomach. But I was like, I kind of deserved it because I couldn't fix the controller. I couldn't bring it back. You couldn't glue the joystick to be like, I glued it.
No,
it's over.
It's cooked.
It was done.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fuck.
And
okay.
every game used that except for like 2.
Right.
So
there's never just D-pad and buttons. It was
Right.
always joystick. And so I felt bad. And I knew the punishment was maybe not. I don't know if the severity was deserved because I was much younger. The gap was like, I think you were into teenagers and I was still young. I was under 10 for sure. So I was still under the age of 10 years old. So he punched the fucking 8-year-old and you're what, 4 years older than me? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so you're 14, I'm 8. And that gap is quite a bit when you're 14 and I'm 8.
Because you knew better though. You knew better.
But I knew better, but I was mad that you were beating me.
Here's the thing. For most of the time, I sympathized with you because I was like, oh man, you broke a thing, and I reacted rashly and quickly.
Right.
And, I felt kind of bad.
Right.
But today, the fact that you told me that I apparently bought it with my own money, which I had forgotten. You deserve that shit, man.
Oh,
You
yeah,
deserve
no.
that shit.
Oh, no.
Where do I get money?
Right.
Like collecting cans?
Right.
Like, man.
Probably, yeah. Or birthday money or something.
I should punch you right now.
Motherfucker, yeah, don't you dare. So then I'll skip to the further as we were adults time. Okay. That way we get, because we're going to settle the shit right the fuck now. See if our audience supports me.
No, we're not, because you'll never admit the truth.
Well, we'll talk about it in a second. But the adult one, we were at Disneyland for vacation. I think I'm 21, maybe, or actually, I think I'm 19. I'm in college.
Yeah.
But I'm big and I'm 6'4".
You're already bigger than me at that point.
Right. I'm 6'4", you're 6'1". At the now 6'2", and we roughhouse. We're brothers. We roughhouse. We like roughhousing. We always have, because I've always been a bit bigger. You've been able to use more strength because you're not picking down so hard. Yeah. I'm a little more durable because I've always been a little bit bigger. So we're going at it. We're having brother tussle, and our cousin Gerg is there. He's been on the show before if you've seen him. And we would go, and we're like Godzillaing, we're roughing.
Original
and then,
King Kong versus Godzilla.
yeah, if you've ever watched Street Fighter, it was E Honda versus Zangief, where they're just fighting. The Godzilla noises are going off. And it's getting more and more intense, and our cousin Gerg doesn't have a brother. So he sees us going at it, and he's like, whoa, these guys are kind of going at it. And as we go along, we have different temperaments, me and you.
One of us did something.
Oh, I remember what it was.
Okay.
So I pushed harder because I don't know my own strength. I think we're having a fun. I'm like a big puppy at this moment, right? I'm 19 years old. I don't know my own strength. So I get you down and on the bed, and you grab me hard. And I see you grab me hard, and I go, well, fuck that. And I grab you harder, and then you grab me by the neck, and then I slide you into between the wall and the corner of the bed. And so I'm on top of you with my hands on your shoulder like this, on your shirt, and then you grab my neck, and I go, oh, well, this is the game we're playing, because you're not pressing hard. You're just saying, I'm fucking serious. It's time for us to stop. Yeah. And I go, oh, a game.
I wasn't in my journey to be like, hey, don't do that. You're tilting me.
Right.
I was like, attack.
Attack. How do I get him to stop?
Yeah.
Attack. And so that he does that.
Scare
and I go,
him.
it's a game. My turn. And so I grab your neck. And then you start squeezing. And I'm like, oh, time for me to start squeezing. And so we're fucking choking the shit out of each other. And the thing is, my cousin Gerg sees us choking each other. I'm on top of you in the crevice. Yeah. You're choking upwards, like fighting for your life. And he goes, enough. That's enough. And he taps me on the shoulder. And I go, okay, time to let go. And you hold on just a few more seconds just to make sure. I was like,
oh. You didn't tap me. I'm on the ground.
Right. And I'm trying to get up. And I'm just, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And it's Disneyland. We're about to go have adventures with family. And we had this intense fucking Clash of the Titans moment. And then we just went about it. We cooled off. We separated. You took off. I stayed with him. And then we were kind of pissed. And then we just got over it. And we fucking had adventures.
2009. So that was before men had emotions. So it was before 2010.
We had the Wiggles.
So
in La Libre, we were just ninjas trying to get rid of our Wiggles.
Yeah, we were like, man, brother, I don't know how to tell you that you're making me feel threatened and scared.
Right.
So please stop. I'm like, well, I guess I got to kill this guy.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, I've replayed that.
About to die.
I replayed that situation. I never wanted to hurt you, but I was. And then you were like, I will not go out this way. Yeah. I will take him out by any means necessary.
You know what I saw? I saw the fucking moon from Majora's Mask going,
you know this? I've mentioned
landing on top of me. And I was like,
You know that's still one of my most feared things in the world, like ever?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I saw that.
Freaks
when
me
I saw you threw me into that corner, the eclipse and your face going.
Yeah, because it was like mid-afternoon and you were in complete darkness because we hadn't opened the windows yet. So we were just fighting in complete pitch black almost. And but the real fucking, he never beat me. He did throw me through a goddamn window one time.
I know what you're talking about.
First, let me paint a picture, like Prince says.
Go ahead.
We're jumping on the bed. We're having a good time. We're having brotherly time.
You're jumping on the bed.
Huh?
You're jumping on the bed.
I was jumping on the bed with my brother, having recreation. Okay? This is my part of the story. You can tell your part of the story. You will get your time. You'll get your day in court. Okay. I'm not unfair. I am not unjust on my show.
I'm going to be quiet. I won't interrupt.
We're bouncing on the bed, and this is my sister's bed, mind you, I think. Yeah, it's Veronica's room. And so we're jumping on the bed, having a ball, having a good time. And we're pushing each other, just having fun. Ha ha, pushing, just back and forth. And I recall I pushed you a little too hard because I'm big and I'm 8 years old, maybe, I think, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. I pushed you a little too hard. You hit the wall pretty hard. You push me hard. Boom, I hit the wall. I think it's kind of funny, but I'm like, oh, I gotta push you into the fucking wall. I push you into the wall. You hit hard. And you're like, man, fuck this. And then you push me. And so there's a wall and then there's a window, but the bed is kind of like on a little bit both, and I can kind of do it. You push me and I slip back and I fall and I hit the window. I didn't fall through the window. The narrative is you pushed me out of the window cleanly through it. But I hit the window, the glass breaks. I'm able to stop myself.
Rakeem 23? Yeah, Sam's a crier.
I'm not a crier.
Sam, unless he thought he was also in trouble, he was like, yeah, let's do this. It's all you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking? I was not a crier. I was not.
You were a complainer.
I was complaining. No, a complainer is different than a crier.
It's okay for a man to cry, especially when that man is a child.
Oh, exactly. No, I cried when I was hurt. I complained a lot, yes, but I didn't cry to get out of things.
According to your recollection.
It was never a ruse or a tactic. Every time I cried, it was real, okay? And just because I cried a lot doesn't mean it wasn't less real, okay?
It only seems fake because you were that kid that could surprise cry. So when things didn't like hurt you, but they shocked you.
Oh yeah. Because once again, it was pre-2010,
right.
And boys weren't taught anything other than either tough it out or cry. And so if anything caught me by surprise, right, I was just gonna fucking cry. So the glass breaks, makes the classic sound effect. I don't know how much damage I did because I was a big boy, and then I remember stepping forward. And then turning and not really seeing much glass because it probably all went outside. It was my recollection. I don't know if mom and dad heard, but I knew we had to admit it. I remember we had to admit it.
We had to get ahead of the story.
We had to get ahead of the story. I let you take the lead on that. And then the only thing I remember from that day was then going to telling them or having it told to them, mom and dad, and then having dad go look at it while we all sat on the couch in a row like goddamn criminals, like waiting for our time in court, just like outside the courtroom, just like, oh, fuck, what's going to happen? Complete silence, no crying, just like, oh, fuck, we fucked up. I fucked up. We fucked up. We both fucked up because it didn't matter what the reason was. I was the one that went through the window. So if it was me being reckless, if it was you pushing me into it, which you absolutely did.
Well, it was back in that day. When one person did something, we all got in trouble.
Right,
and so we got pretty smart, and we're like, you know what? Can we cover this up? Can we cover this? Let's cover this up.
Yeah.
Hey,
I kind of fell.
I was the brother who was like, shh, no, stop crying. Shh, stop crying. You're not that hurt.
You're not that. Yeah, I got bleeding from my eye from a pizza box. You're not that hurt. Stop
it was red. Sam acts like it was like gushing, like he's bleeding tears, like Casino Royale.
Yeah, but the goddamn red target button on my head from the golf ball, that you could not do that, and the welt that came from it. Goddamn unicorn.
Big strong head. So here's the thing I'm saying though, like when you tell that story, you don't realize that you're bending time and space. You talk about like you're pushing me against the wall, like it's a square room,
right?
Square room. Window on the wall in the middle.
Away from the door.
Window on the door. Window on the wall.
Window on the wall furthest from the door.
In the middle of the wall.
Right.
Mattress pretty much went up to the windowsill. And so you're talking about you pushed me and I hit the wall. I was not on the bed. You were on the bed.
Okay.
And
so you were on the ground pushing
if you were to push me into the wall, that means you would push. Here's a window. Here's bed. You're pushing me clear across the room into this wall. You're never that strong. If we go with your story where I'm also on the bed, the next wall is right here, which means if you're pushing me this way, I'm pushing you this way.
Okay.
Which means you would fall off the bed, not into a window. Right?
Okay.
So, first of all, that's all wrong. Here's what happened. You were jumping on the bed, and I probably jumped on for a little bit, and I was like, see, you're already interrupting me.
No, I'm wondering which way was the bed facing? Because you have a better recollection of that. Because then I can finagle my story to make it fit. So
see, he's already finagle his story.
So the door was on the left side of the room, right? Square room.
No, see, you're talking about the door.
So I'm getting proximity from So I remember walking. I'm trying to get from my memory, walking into that room. The door was on the left of the room. The window was on the opposite wall, right? Dead center, right? From the door, it was dead center. The window in the middle, across from the
middle of the wall,
right? Across from the door.
The door was against the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the bed from the window, the window's on the opposite wall, where was the bed facing? Across like this or across like this?
I think it was I think it was on the door corner, but I can't remember.
Okay, so we don't remember where the fucking bed was.
It was up against the wall.
It was up against the wall at least, yeah.
You were jumping on it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were to push me, if your story was true and you pushed me into the wall and I pushed you, you would have flown off the bed. Not into a window. So that's already false. I was off the bed. And I was so like, here's the bed, here's the window, here's you jumping. I'm off the bed here. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm done having fun. And you're like, you know what? I have no judgment. I have no self-control. I'm going to keep jumping. And I'm like, brother, please stop.
Oh, brother. Yes, the reasonable one.
The more time you spend jumping is the more chances you get to have an accident. And you're like, hey, big brother, you shut your mouth, you whore. And I was like, hey,
I didn't say I didn't use those words. I never used those words. I didn't learn cussing till third grade.
And so here's what happened. Like, you were jumping, and your knees buckled. And I went out to reach for you, but it was too late, and you jumped through the window.
No, I did not.
Here's what I remember perfectly clear. Is that you basically you jumped and you went like this, and like this is your butt, and your butt was sticking out the window. You were still standing, and you froze on the bed.
I do remember that too. I remember ending up in that position, but it wasn't butt-like way. The way I remember it was that I was like but I was also kind of askew. So I remember like kind of like fall. I fell at an angle. I lost my footing and I fell at an angle with my butt sticking out the window. But I was like this as opposed to like square, right?
And I just remember like that's one of like core memory. That's you like looking at this guy like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. His ass is out the window, but he's still standing and he's frozen solid.
Right, because I was pushed and I was afraid, and I had to stop my momentum.
You had weak ankles
to keep me weak ankles,
and you were being defiant, like you always were.
What do you mean defiant?
You were defiant. I was like, brother,
when have I ever been fucking defiant?
Right now.
Never.
It's been 0 days since you last defiance.
break glass in case
I'm
of
gonna
defiance.
text your girlfriend and tell me when he's been defiant.
Motherfucker, don't you do that. She's in Japan. That's anytime minutes.
I got Google. What's up?
Google Messenger?
Google Plan.
Fucking shit.
Google Fi.
So who do you believe? The guy who would push somebody out a window and say,
in the comments.
oh, he magically just fell backwards? Or would it be plausible that two jumping brothers would somehow cause chaos and the stronger, bigger brother would push him clear through the window?
No, let's simplify it even more. Who believes that, how old were you? 6?
Under 10, so I must have been 7. I would say 6, 7.
6, 7?
Yeah.
What would you believe? A 6-year-old losing his balance and falling through a window? And trying to blame his brother that he pushed him? Like, what's that law? The simplest answer is the most likely.
Right. Hey, Murphy says anything bad that happen will happen. But you know what? If we're going to Murphy's law, anything bad would happen. A brother pushing his other younger brother through a window cleanly is what would happen most likely. And his giant brother going ass first and saving his own life because, as you guys described it, on the outside we had ivy plant outside that window, but somebody told me as to not jump into it to have fun. There was poison ivy. Why would we have poison ivy?
Just regular English ivy.
It's regular English ivy. But I was trying to make sure I didn't fall into the goddamn poison ivy in the house.
Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. The simplest answer.
8-year-old loses balance jumping on the bed like he shouldn't have been. Falls through a window that was bed level. Ass first.
Hey, well, did Occam's razor account for an older brother who would push his brother through a window? Occam wasn't prepared for that.
No, because you have to now you have to figure out trajectories, force, resistance, aerodynamics, the hardness of the glass.
Yeah, the aerodynamics of a little small child being flung into a window. That's very easy and likely to happen.
You look at see the difference between our stories. Mine is like simple. Kid falls through a window because he's being foolish. Sam's like, so you use the force of 1,000 suns to push him at the perfect angle, and then your brother, he's been so enraged because I pushed him, and hits me with the force like Thor.
Hey, it's the same guy who choked me to death in Disneyland.
We were adults.
Hey, that had to come from somewhere. That resentment had to come from somewhere. And
I was holding on to it.
It was first I had to try to push him out the window. I didn't get the job done there because he masterfully froze himself into the window. Again. So I had to get my other opportunity by trying to choke. See, it's been 10 years. So what, 19, so 29. It's been a while. I'm waiting for my next time. You're going to try to murder me at some point.
See, again, you're twisting it. You're saying I'm trying to get revenge.
Oh, it's not
for
revenge.
You jumping out of a window by letting you choke me and put me to the ground. How does that make sense?
Oh no, it was the fact that the thing was like, oh, we're wrestling. I've baited him now, and so when he lets go, I'm going to kill him and say it was self-defense because I've put myself in this position. So no, it's not a revenge thing. You're just trying to eliminate me.
I'm trying to. I've set up it perfectly in this Disneyland hotel room that my brother is going to throw me to the ground. And go on top of me.
No, I threw you onto the bed and then you slithered into the corner.
Okay, quote Sammy Gonzalez. I grabbed my brother by the neck and threw him on the bed.
To win the wrestling match, the 3 count. And the thing is, you would never 3 count because you're just as stubborn as I am.
I'd rather die.
You'd rather fucking. The thing is, I'd rather die too. So it would have ended us choking the shit out of each other and one of us passing out. But here's the thing, and you know this to be true. You know this to be true because you are the older brother and because you have that killer instinct. If we were to choke each other to passing out, we wouldn't have killed each other. But you definitely would have put me to sleep. You would have held on until I went. Just started nodding off, and then you would have let go, and then you had to get my fat ass off of yourself in that little crevice because my whole body weight would be dead weight on top of you.
It would be. I would die. I would go out and be like, okay, this is what we deserve.
Right, and that was the thing. Why was that the option for either one of us? I guess either I'm dying or killing my brother. This is what we've come to at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth.
Again, we got in that situation because my brother grabbed me and threw me to the bed. I didn't know what he was trying to do.
We were having fun.
I didn't know he hadn't made love in a long time.
At that point, I had
my long hair.
No, it wasn't even had. No, I had never made love. Everything was better than sex because I had not had it. Remember? So this fight might have been just as good as the best experience I've ever had. Everything was the limit had not been established of sex and things being better than sex.
The meter.
So I was still trying to establish what feels good. Conquering a foe? I don't know. Going on Big Thunder Mountain? Those were equally
You're like Conan, like what's it called? Take my opponent's women, drive my enemies into the sea.
Exactly.
That's best in life.
Exactly. I was just trying to figure out.
With Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Shit. Oh, by the way, speaking of like
this, what is this show about?
Nothing.
Did you bring topics?
No.
What are we talking
Actually, well,
about? Let me talk for an hour.
I mean, we could talk about you meeting your idols. I had this queued up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to GalaxyCon, and it was just a regular convention. Lots of celebrities. Vincent D'Onofrio, William Shatner was there. Topanga was there. That was great to see her. I just looked at her. I didn't pay for her signature. Huh?
Ryder Strong. Brett Spiner. Jonathan Frakes. You ever remember the largest man you've ever met?
You ever been to a Chinatown section of a major city?
You know how to take a bus? Just daily shit.
Where are the white women at? No. So we saw a bunch of people. Did I pull the picture up? I didn't pull the picture up.
We saw Michael Jackson there?
Saw Michael Jackson.
All 3 forms?
All 3 forms. Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't pull that one up.
That's all right.
Where the fuck did I put that picture of the one that I downloaded? It's right here. It's right here. No, the reason why we went, or the reason why you went, and Marcos joined us. He joined us there. We met your that's Fade to Black. We met your favorite actor, or one of your favorite actors, Harvey Guillen, who if he seems bigger on screen, we have dwarfed him by about a foot, a piece of us.
He saw all 3 of us coming and was like, ooh, let's do a tough photo.
Right, exactly. Like the whole panel.
Big ass Mexicans come and be like, all right.
Right. We saw the panel and he's like,
let's go.
Yeah, he was like, being in the queer community and doing improv and picking up recycling cans to join improv classes. He saw us and go, big muscle tough guys, let's do this.
And me and him got the memo because we're both improvisers, but the other 2 very happy.
I was not happy. Look at
those eyes. You're smizing.
I'm not. Marcos is fucking cheesing. I'm the one. Marcos is the one that missed the thing.
If he didn't have such a great smile, I'd be like, he didn't do it. But I mean, look at him.
Yeah, look at it. He was happy to be there.
He looks genuinely happy. Well, he also likes Guillermo. He watches What We Do in the Shadows.
Right, that was the thing. Because I was like, hey, we're in line. You apparently had up to 4 people in the picture. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, hey, we're taking a picture of Guillermo. If you want to come, you could come. And usually he's a lone wolf type of guy. He'll go and just do whatever he wants while we do our thing. And he was right there first, right in the front, shaking hands. Oh my God, Marcus was so happy. And you were so happy. You were super geeked to see him.
Super cool. I don't think about celebrities that much. So to be excited about seeing one, it doesn't It's not something that I'm like, oh, that's in my realm of experience.
Right.
You know, I don't really care. Like I assume that that's such a surreal feeling to have someone you see on screen and then have them in real life. That surreal experience would probably make my brain feel like something.
Right.
You know, like, whoa,
Yeah.
something's happening.
Right.
But because he is, you know, Chicano, because he is queer, because he, like, I follow his Instagram and stuff, and he has all these super crazy fits, and
Right.
just like incredible stuff. And as somebody who likes to perform, as someone who likes costuming, as someone who is like, you know, maybe I do like fashion and like trying to change up my look rather than just like blue jeans and his shirt.
His Spider-Man t-shirt, yeah,
You know.
whatever.
No, I know, like that.
No, I'm saying, no, you were like, yeah, blue jeans, fucking Spider-Man t-shirt, and a Lakers hat, you know, like some dipshit.
I'm in cargos, which is like not a lot of people are not fans of. So
Whatever. Hey, you're in Austin. That is standard wear here because it's too hot.
That's what I'm saying. No,
Right.
no. But like he's really cool beyond that. But I actually would have preferred to see Kevin Novak, which is Nandor from the show.
Oh, Nandor? Really?
And he was scheduled to be there, and then he had to cancel. They didn't tell you why. They just said,
Right.
here are the people that canceled.
And Shadow Shogun was like, heck, Guillermo Marcos does remind me of Nandor. So you gotta knock off Nandor. To be fair, you did get...
I go, hey guys, there could be 4 people in this picture. I go, Marcos, you're more than welcome. Come in. And I go, except whatever you do, don't have a big falling out with Sam, because then that'll ruin the picture. And then he goes, well, you know, you could just edit it so I look like Nandor. I was like, there we go.
There it is right there.
So,
you know what? I also strategically positioned the photo so that worst case scenario, even if you hated me, you were just fucking
There it
right there.
goes,
Boom.
right there.
Hey, and with that AI generative Photoshop, fucking recreate the GalaxyCon logos in the back. Right there. Boom. There you go. Just you two, best friends forever.
Yeah, but that was a great little convention. It wasn't huge. It was like one big main hall. They had a huge main stage hall with Andy Serkis and a lot of people. And then they had different micro halls upstairs, which were really fun.
Right.
They
had a fucking emo night with Terry Bogard fucking hardcore dancing with us. There was a guy break dancing and shit. Oh shit, what's going on?
4'9" Terry Bogard.
Right. This guy's fucking break. I don't know why it's going so slow, but yes. This guy was fucking breakdancing to God knows what.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, though.
They had the Kamehameha rave, which wasn't that cool. We
Wasn't
ended
that
up
cool.
leaving to the emo night. A lot more people into that one.
Right. Breakdancing to emo music.
Did great. Yeah, it was fun.
It was a really good time. Let's see. And then we also went to the Wax Museum the next day.
Yep.
We went to San Antonio. We went to the Alamo.
We were like, we saw celebrities. Let's go see more.
Let's go see. Yeah, because you have been a big fan of Other Joe for the longest time. And the thing is, I've been friends with Other Joe since I met him a couple of years ago with Double Toasted.
I'm a fan of Angry Joe and his everything. Just
the network. Yeah.
Other Joe makes me laugh more because he does the more silly comedic things.
Right.
So he makes me laugh more, and so he's endeared himself that way.
Right.
So seeing him was like, oh man, and he's like this big.
Right. Yeah, we're like head taller than him already, and that was the thing. And they're
send me that by the way.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. No, they're close by in Austin area.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I don't hang out with them on the daily. I'm not like best friends with them or anything.
No.
But we
You're
were
networked.
Yeah, we're networked, and
you knew who you were when you came up. Like,
exactly.
That was cool to me.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh shit. And then, so Other Joe, me and him are really cool. Because at one point we got to talking just on like Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we got a little bit closer. And then one time I went to a Halloween party he invited me to. And during there was some drama at that party, if I remember correctly. Not within any of us or them.
Right,
it was just at the party.
in the atmosphere.
Right. And it was just like, oh, and I was like, what's that about, man? He was like, I don't know, man. I barely know them. And I was like, all right, cool. So at least I was the one embarrassing you, causing all the drama and shit. Because I was trying to be on my best behavior. I invited Marcos. I invited some of his buddies, JJ, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that was the last time. And then pre-COVID, or rather the last day of COVID, when they're like, I think we're going to shut everything down. It was around his birthday.
Right.
And I was out with him at the Domain, which is here in Austin. And we were out clubbing, having a great time, talking, networking, met a few of his friends, whatever. And then the next day, everyone go work from home because we might all fucking die. And I was in like these crowded clubs holding my breath because I was like, I don't want to get coronavirus.
How do you get it?
How do you get it? Do I touch a knob? Do I breathe it in? Do I wipe my shoes? I don't fucking know.
Do I eat booty?
Oh!
You should have an alarm when that comes up. Like Pee-wee's
Like Pee-wee's Playhouse? I don't have the soundboards
we went
for
to
it.
the Alamo one out for Pee Wee.
And we went to the Alamo. You found the basement.
Found the
and then took a portrait mode picture so it's blurred.
So it's blurry. Oh my god.
And so no, but then after we went to the Alamo, because the Alamo's only about an hour worth of stuff to do. Everyone talks about the Alamo like
that.
Remember the Alamo. Why? Cause and I made you watch the 15-minute video from the History
17.
Channel, 17-minute video. And you were like, do we have to? I go, if we don't, then there's nothing else to see. Yeah. We went to the church, we went to the long barracks, and we saw old Western men talking.
I will say that 17 minutes may have cost us 17 minutes at the other museum. So
that's right, which ended up closing. But no, we went to the Louis Tussauds Wax Museum. And so they had like all sorts of things. They had Indiana Jones fucking things. And for me personally, they added one because I'd been there like 4 times. I took the boys, Marcos, JJ, those guys. Yeah. I took who else did I take? I took Cousin Gerg.
Apparently they sell you a ticket, a 4-pack or a 2-pack that's good for a year. So
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we didn't use all of our checks, so I still have the tickets somewhere. I took Gerg there though. I took my girlfriend there.
Yeah.
Louis Tussauds Wax Museum is a fun adventure time for everybody, and and also did Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is also whimsical and fun, but they replaced the Twilight people with a new figure, and I was excited to see her because if you know, So how much do you know about my love for Selena, the movie?
I don't. I know a few. It's everybody loves Selena.
Of course.
You're
right.
You grow up, especially with us growing up with that movie. They tapped into things that being American and Mexican.
More Mexican than the Mexicans. You got to be more American than the Americans. It's exhausting.
And then you see J-Lo for the first time, and you're just like, oh shoot. So like you have this like for me, it was having this music. Mm-hmm. And then she was finally putting a face to it.
Right.
And you're putting it in this like fun narrative. It's this tragic narrative. So it goes through the whole thing of like this uprising star and this tragic end, and so you're like invested in that. So that's like base level,
right?
That's where like everybody is,
right?
So I don't know what you have more than that,
right? For me,
a lot of people do.
Oh, so here's the thing. I watched the movie. They showed it to me. Was it in the theater or we rented it?
Yeah,
we definitely rented it because we didn't go to the theaters to see it. Because in a family of 6 people total, there's a hierarchy of who gets to see what in the movies. Disney movies we'd all go to. I remember going Lion King.
But also I was 12 for 16 years, so.
That's right. So it didn't fucking matter. And what he means by that is that 12-year-olds got a cheaper ticket.
Yeah.
And so you were 16 years old, 6 foot tall.
This tall.
I am 12.
I am 12. Because they don't check ID. I don't got an ID. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. And they can't just. They're gonna be mean to a 12-year-old tall kid who's already probably getting bullied for being a freaking nature of being tall. So no. So they showed us the movie, and the thing was that movie came out in '97. I'm 6 years old. I didn't know she died. Oh. So like I didn't know the ending. And like so Mom didn't remember. Obviously Grandma Julie loved Selena. She was at the
anything for Selena.
She was at the cowboy outfit show. Grandma Julie was at that show, I believe. And so she loves Selena. So everybody around me loves Selena. So I'm watching the movie. Little girl like, we belong together.
From like beginning to Edward James Olmos.
Right. And then I see this. Oh my God. Prime Jennifer Lopez.
That would have stopped me.
And I'm just like, so I'm 5, 6, I'm 6'7". 6 years old, 7 years old, and I'm watching this movie, and I'm saying what to me is like the most beautiful woman ever.
Man.
And I'm seeing bustiers, and I'm seeing midriff and lower back, because we were in a.
I'm seeing shoulder.
I'm seeing shoulder. There's a girl eating a whole pizza by herself and hot sauce. I'm seeing all sorts of these things. So it's not like explicitly sexual, but it's definitely like. There's something like that's growing with me. It's like, oh, I like girls.
There's that fieriness of just like, that kind of performance, that kind of, performance that comes from like that music and that background and that everything is just like,
right.
The salsa and like, the big flamenco and all that stuff. Like,
right. And obviously Jennifer Lopez is a fucking just stunner.
Yeah.
Like entirely. So I remember liking the movie, but not knowing quite why. So then my 7th birthday, either 7th or 8th, probably 7th, they got it for me on VHS, and I got it along with like a Buzz Lightyear toy and some other cool shit. And I was like, that's kind of a weird thing to get. But fuck it, I like the movie Selena, and I definitely like Jennifer Lopez, Busti Caca, it's a bra.
Yeah.
And so I live my life knowing that. Everyone knows I got the Selena tape. Everyone knows I like Selena, just in the family. not a big deal. And then I start like dating, having sex, talking to women, whatever.
Right.
Hilariously, my first girlfriend's name is Jennifer Lopez,
Yeah.
which that was hilarious. That was just a coincidence. But then I start going, and I go, okay, I'm 24, and I go, you know, it's been a while since I've seen Selena. Let me go watch it again, right?
Yeah.
And then I looked at all of my tastes in the current mode I was in at 24, 25 years old, and I'm like, oh shit, long black hair, bright red lipstick, high-waisted shorts, midriff. Like, these are all things that I was watching the movie, every fucking outfit.
Wait.
What?
One more characteristic.
Well,
We can go without saying.
we could go. It goes without saying, but if you watch some of these clips, you may notice that she is quite what's the right word? Voluptuous. Look at that. You can just see fucking from a mile away. Yep. I know she's hugging her dad. There's nothing sexual about it, but God, as they would say in the modern vernacular, gyat. G-Y-A-T-T. Hit him with the gyat. And so I'm like, okay. So I see the new Selena. She's in the Alamo Dome. I believe it's the Alamo Dome outfit, the purple. And I'm like, yeah, it's Selena. And she is creepy as shit. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever. I'm happy.
How does she look like she has too many teeth? They probably counted the right amount.
Right. Right. Well, she had a very engaging smile.
She had a very engaging smile. You couldn't see every individual tooth.
Right. She wasn't like a fucking great white shark with rows of teeth. And
She also looks like she has a slight underbite. Or I can't.
Overbite. And she's also not looking at anything or through the distance. Right. She looks terrified to see me. Yeah. She's like, I hope this Mexican gets away from me. And she's Mexican-American. And
my favorite part about that is that I checked. They didn't align any of the eyes to like line up at any point. So you couldn't look any, but you couldn't go like, if I stand 5 feet here, I could look them in the eyes as if they're looking at me.
Right.
Their eyes are just like straight dead forward, parallel. Like
at nothing. At nothing. You stared down the rock and he was looking through you somehow. So I'm like, hell yeah, Selena. She's very short. And I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
As Selena's that much short, I'm leaning over to try to get in the picture. And in case you're wondering, absolutely. Yeah, it was to scale. I'm not going to put that up for much longer. But if you're wondering, to scale. There you go. That's it. That's all you're going to get. You can freeze frame it, put it in the Discord. I don't give a fuck. It's there for the internet. You guys can have it. You do what you will. But yeah, it was...
I'll admit this. I put you up to that photo.
You put me up to that photo, but I was...
let me see if it's accurate. And then I was like, come on, man. You have to commit and make a record of this.
Yeah.
The face.
Yeah.
And then you bend.
Oh, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Because that was the thing. I was like, did they? And I looked like, yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then I just kept looking because I was like, can wax dolls consent? Is this bad? I know I'm a pervert. I know I'm a pervert. That's fine.
I told you have to wash it away by finding other male statues. Checking the accuracy on them. Because then you're like a connoisseur.
Well, they didn't have any John Hamm ones. Because apparently John Hamm has a massive dong. That's like
about butt cheeks.
Oh,
dang, man.
hey,
Calm
man.
down. Hey,
I
bro,
was looking at boobs
hey.
too. I don't know. I can't look at vaginas. I can't look at whack. That's weird. Why would they sculpt a camel toe? So I'd have to assume.
Hey, look, if a guy is going like, hey,
Felix, is there a David Bowie statue? Yeah, he was in fucking Labyrinth.
if they
His shiny ball.
loose knuckle.
Not as.
If a guy is gonna go into the craft, or woman, or whoever is gonna go into the craft and be like, I'm gonna make wax figures. Wax figures. I'm gonna tweezer individual hairs
Right.
to this wax figures. You don't think they're taking their time and doing the junk?
They're not. They're Ken dolled, man. That's another extra thing that
I'm
they
not
have to
saying
spend
for
time
the
on.
museum. I'm saying on their own.
Oh, on their own. Yeah, those are like the guys that make those Showtime figure. That Showtime. What are they called? They're the hyper realistic 12-inch figures.
Oh,
Yeah, the Showtime dolls or collectibles, where it's like, oh man, we made a screen accurate Iron Man with movable faceplate, individual hairs, and then you get to the Scarlett Johansson figure. I'm like, how many people bought that $300 figure to undress Black Widow? I mean, I haven't.
Yeah, you spent like $400 on toys this week.
No, on toys, no. I only bought one Iron Man, to be fair. And he doesn't have junk.
It was
I
heavily
checked.
discounted.
It's heavily discounted.
He has you saw his proton cannon.
In his Sunday best. No, hold on. Say Louis Vuitton.
When he said Wax Museum too, I was like, yeah, Madame Tussauds, and it's like roll up and it's like Louis Toussaint.
Right. It was like and it's not a knockoff, but it's not in that same family. Like
Right.
There you go, Louis Toussaint. Let's see images. Not Toussaint. Man, I don't. Let me see if I can spell it right. Toussaint. There we go. Please autocorrect me. Thank you. So there you go. There's.
No,
He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Was that?
But yeah, Louis Tussauds. The Drake wasn't there. We didn't get any of these guys. Mr.
Nope.
Bean.
What the hell is that?
Little Michael was there though. Little Michael was there. I don't know who these people are.
Oh, they were there.
They were there.
Oh man, they did his brother dirty. They were like, we're gonna write the thinnest hair. On
Oh yeah, the Royals. Yeah, they did. Prince Harry and Philip. Harry looked handsome.
What's the other one?
It's Philip. Philip is the one that has the fucked up hair.
Okay.
And so then they had the Joker. That was there. You have a picture with the Joker.
Yep.
They had the shitty Trump. They had the shitty. What's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh yeah.
With the fucking dead vampire blue eyes.
Yeah, he had like bright blue eyes. It's like that is not Leonardo.
These were the Harry Potter kids. These are all the ones we saw, and I'll put pictures on Instagram later.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
will say the Ben Stiller one was surprisingly short and Hobbit-like. It was weird.
right,
They all had big, like oversized jackets. Like they
right.
were like
the suits weren't fitted.
no, they like went to like mid thigh, like or almost to the knee. Like
Yeah, like Dr. Phil was wearing a lumpy suit.
Obama was like in his dad's overcoat. It was weird.
Right. There's Joe Biden. There was an accurate Joe Biden. There's Obama. And then, the one thing that we always fail to mention, it ended with the Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. That was a big surprise because you hear right before you hit it, there's these downstairs, and it goes into like the haunted area.
Right. There's
So, like,
spookies, right.
killers and clowns and like random stuff, and it's all spooky. And you go through it, and flashing lights, just really annoying.
Right.
And then you come back up the stairs, and then you walk through the rest of it, and it's like, here's Pancho Villa.
Here's some Mexican heroes. Here's, who's the other one? Emiliano Zapata.
Right. And then you're like, okay, cool. Is this like the Wild West version? Or the section?
Right.
And you keep walking and you turn that corner and it's Jesus the last. Yeah, that guy. Well, that guy was at the end because that's
Right.
the resurrected Christ.
Yeah, this Christ who's getting fucking, he's carrying the cross.
You had the Last Supper.
This is the Last Supper.
You had the Passion, holding the cross.
Fucking Mary.
Mary.
Here's the crucified one.
He literal wax figure crucified by
Right.
like the wrist.
Oh,
and
this is the
everything.
one. Yeah. Hold on, let's see if I can get closer.
Oh, his face is
shit.
insane too.
I can't get closer, but yeah, he is fucking in pain. But that's what they had, and then they're like, all right, and here's the Pope. Bye.
And then the Pope says bye. Yeah.
Right. And I think it was John Paul. It wasn't even the modern Pope. It
I
was
thought
the old
so.
Pope.
Yeah, I was like, is that John
Right.
Paul? Is that Juan Pablo?
Right, Juan Pablo. And so that's what we were doing. And then the only other thing that we did this weekend, other than have that adventure, was I fed you lots and lots of food.
Oh my God.
Birria tacos, birria ramen, and fucking
Blacks.
all the barbecue you could possibly eat. And you were like, stop feeding me food for the love of God.
Stop feeding me.
Right.
I'm so full.
It's so good. So that's all the adventure we had. But right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I mean, we've been out for an hour and a half. We could technically end right now. But I'm going to do a quick commercial for Manscaped. I'm going to get a drink of water. I'm going to go pee because I drank 2 Gatorades and a cranberry hard lemonade.
What do I do now? Do I turn off or unplug?
You can go
Flip the switch.
fuck yourself. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Hey, folks. Did you know that over 5 million people trust the fine folks at Manscaped? And I'm one of those people. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, that's not copyrighted, Manscaped trusted us and said, hey, you know what? We like your stuff. Hey, would you like a coupon code to promote manscaped.com, the finest in men's grooming? And I said, we're all men. We all identify as men here. And we would like to have some free gifts because obviously they're the first ones to sponsor them excellent. So we said, we'll accept everything. And once we got it, we were hooked. It was like a drug dealer. They were like, hey, you want some of this Manscaped? We said, heck yeah, give us some of that Manscaped, please. And they did. And we got the best in men's grooming. Here's the thing. It's not just men that watch this show, and it's not just men that enjoy Manscaped. People of all genders, creeds, religions, I don't know, binary, non-binary, sexuality, or sexual orientations, gender identities, everything. Use Manscaped because all the underwear is comfortable. All the shaving products are good for the skin. All the creams and lotions are very, very good for you. If you got a beard, you don't need to be a man to have a beard. You can have the luxury beard grooming kit. It doesn't matter. You can get the Platinum Package 4.0 with the Weed Whacker 2.0, with the Lawnmower 4.0, the Crop Preserver shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, body wash, and Crop Reviver. Or you can get the brand new Handyman, the best in compact face shaving. If you need to touch up right away from your home, your chiseled jawline won't lose its luster thanks to the dual action foil shaver. The Handyman, its compact design means you can toss it in your bag for easy grooming on the go. It's got a USB charger. Everything's moving to USB-C, and they see that you are moving to USB-C. But it's got a magnetic blade cover as well. Low battery indicator, 5-minute quick charge, just in case you forgot. 60-minute runtime. When you're hitting the beard real quick, you don't need that much time. Weed Whacker 2.0, you need to get those ear hairs, you need to get those nose hairs. It's the newest, waterproof, 45-minute runtime, 7,000 RPM motor. Goodness gracious, that's so many RPMs. It's wonderful. We like Manscaped. We love Manscaped. You'll love Manscaped, and you can get 20% off and free shipping using coupon code MEX20. That's 20% off and free shipping using coupon code MEX20 for 20% off free shipping on manscaped.com on everything site-wide. Yeah, they're in stores now, but you're not going to get that discount, and you're not going to support the excellence if you get it elsewhere. So be sure to go to manscaped.com, put like $800 worth of things in your cart, get 20% off of that. I'm pretty sure that's a number you could do math on. I can't. And you could save. And you don't have to calculate shipping because it's free shipping too. So you're saving all over the place. Manscaped, your balls will thank you, and so will I. And your face will thank you because you got the beard things, and then your hair, if you do like me and use it to shave your head a little bit, whatever. Thank you. Next 20% on free shipping. Manscaped.com. Balls, face, and eye. Well, thank you. I said it already. I'm saying it again. And we're back. So we're going to talk about the news because, like I said, we've been in kind of our own little world. Like I said, Friday, we went to a fancy restaurant. We went out to a 90s night. We sang the hits of the 90s. We went karaoke, sang Carry On My Wayward Brother.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Don't you mean, with you with the pepper is my friend.
Cut ties with all the lies that you've been living in.
And
I forgot, actually.
if you do not want to see me again, I would understand.
That's my line, man. You see, this is not what you should be doing. With good improv, you need to give and take, not just do the whole thing yourself.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I have no insight to that, though.
Smash Mouth?
Yeah. Like, he passed recently, and I don't know what I could add to the discourse.
Somebody he did the meme song. He did the meme song, and everybody likes All Star. Okay. And I'm a Believer. Actually, no, they don't even think about I'm a Believer, which is really the song for the Shrek movie.
In the time, that's the song that was more popular,
right?
Because it was the Beatle cover,
right? Well, no, because All Star came out for Mystery Men, Mystery Machines, Mystery Men. That was the movie that movie was made for, and the guy who made I'm getting all fucking confused. Okay, so All Star was made for Mystery Men.
Chad Kroeger worked on Mystery Men.
No, he didn't. He worked on Spider-Man, and he said that there was a hero that could save us, but we're not going to stand here and wait. We're going to hold on to the wings of the eagles and watch as they all fly away.
Monkeys, not Beatles.
Monkeys. There. How about this?
Thank you.
All right, Felix. So, by the way, Felix is the only one engaged in the chat because Felix is a professional wrestler who is currently in rehab for his shoulder, and so he just interacts with us directly because he knows me personally, and so he knows to ask the questions to you about me personally. So he's gonna eventually ask deepest, darkest.
Jesus.
He's gonna ask what my triple deke is, and it's gonna be Mighty Ducks D3. But yeah, so Mystery Men got All Star, And then I'm a Believer, the Monkees cover, that was the song for Shrek, because that's the end credit song
Right.
where Donnie goes, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe.
Right.
And it's just Eddie Murphy singing it, but it was Smash Mouth.
Right.
So if you want to get your Shrek lore right, if you want to be like, oh, I'm into Shrek because I was 3 when I watched it and now I'm an adult, which is a true fact now, you got to get your shit right, okay? That's all I'm saying.
But it does open with that song.
It does open with
Kicks
that
open
song.
that poop door
Right.
and goes about his day.
Right, but it was a woman with a bowling ball with her dad's skull in it. That's the only thing I remember from Mystery Men because that freaked me out. Gene Garofalo. And Kel, who was invisible.
Only if nobody looked
at him. But he had to be also completely naked. And so when people looked at him, they would usually just see his penis.
Right. And Ben Stiller, as a guy who got angry, I never figured out his...
We should watch Mystery Men tonight.
I don't want to.
Okay, then we will forego that. But
Also, interracial couple that they didn't make a big deal. They just let it be.
Oh, what was this?
One of the characters. Oh, what's his... It's another famous actor.
I don't remember.
He was just married
at all.
to a black woman, and they were just like, "This is just true." I don't know what happened.
I searched All-Star Leader, and it's like LeBron James. I meant Smash Mouth.
But All-Star Leader, millennial.
Kobe Bryant. That's still not the correct answer. Steve Harwell, former Smash Mouth lead singer, dies at 56. Rest in peace, Steve Harwell.
Rip in peace.
We ran out of Mike's Hard Lemonade. Oh, you got to.
I'm always prepared.
Okay, I'll drink
Miller
the rest
High
of this Harder Cranberry, and you got a Miller High Life. I dripped it mostly on my face. So, rest in peace.
Rip in peace.
R.I.P. in peace. I'm a believer now. Also, he was also in Rat Race.
He was in Rat Race.
He was at the end of Rat Race.
Hey,
where
look, everyone! It's Smash Mouth.
It's All-Star. See, you want to call him All-Star.
He is All-Star.
Yeah, so if
Now
you watch...
he's an All-Star.
He's in the stars. He's all of the stars.
We are All-Stars.
Get your game on.
Go play.
Hey, now.
You're an All-Star.
You're a rock star.
Fuck people.
Hey, now. You're a rock star.
Hold on.
Fuck bitches. What?
Radio edit. Get laid.
Get
Yours.
star. Get tassels. Was it? Smash Mouth was also in the finale of Kim Possible. Who would know that?
I'm too old for Kim Possible.
Yeah, I'm a boy. I didn't watch Kim Possible.
Ooh, those fighting words.
I can only watch male-dominated orients. I was watching Danny Phantom.
Ron was a progressive guy. I don't know what he did.
He carried around a
seemed like
penis.
a fan.
A naked mole rat.
I mean, also a penis, but
Right.
not in his pocket.
Right. No, but the mole rat was next to his penis. He kept him in his pants. One assumes. I didn't watch Kim Possible, remember?
It seemed like a sentient mole rat. So, if you wanted to escape, you would.
Right.
So,
But he also made the Nako. Do you know what the Nako is?
I don't want to know.
Please. You do. It's essentially a taco with nachos put inside of it, which means it's mostly tortilla and
That's
cheese.
why I didn't want to know, because I could surmise.
Right, because that's what white people think of Mexican food. That's why I didn't watch Kim Possible. Yeah, Chris Carlson Romano. Yeah, whatever. I'm even Steven's brother. Shut up. Get out of here. I'm just getting angry at nothing at this point. However,
I'm sorry, folks, if it's me that's brought all this anger out this episode. I don't know how are you usually when you do this? I don't watch.
Oh, you don't watch the show?
No.
Oh, it's mostly just me yelling slurs at Marcos and Tommy for 3 hours.
Guys, is he like a meninist? Like, am I about to learn that he's actually like the manosphere? Because I saw a thing where you were on Ben Shapiro.
Motherfucker! Don't you do this! I fucking hate that guy.
Everyone should. Everyone should.
Fucking hate that we brought him joy.
You didn't bring him joy. The man can't feel joy.
That's true.
No, let me help you with this then.
Okay.
This is what we're doing now. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
If what is making you angry is that he got some sort of benefit from it, know that his soul is just completely mystified. It's aerated. It is non-congealed. It is just, if you believe that everyone has a soul, his is the least soul-like that you could ever have. So the fact that you're like, oh, I contributed something to it doesn't matter how much money he makes. It doesn't matter how much he's been touched. It doesn't matter how much.
Oh, he hasn't been touched.
That's what I mean. But you couldn't overcompensate for that
Right.
to make him feel anything worth feeling.
Right. Oh my god.
It's the opposite of umami. He's the
It's the opposite of umami.
He's the opposite of the flavor.
Right.
The flavor is like you're alive.
Right.
You know, it may not be distinct or it may not be like pow wow, but with him, he's the opposite of the flavor.
Right.
He's not even cold, crisp water.
Oh,
like
man.
he's like Gollum.
Oh my god. He's just
Gollum.
void and empty.
He eats raw fish. He doesn't cook potatoes. He eats wild rabbits raw. He crunches them. He lives in the swamp. Like he wears loincloth.
Right. Oh man. And my favorite thing that people forget, and I wish I could find the clip on any given or the segment that is pulled from his book. So he has this book, right? So he's a failed film writer. That's why he is what he is.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a film director. He failed at that. He failed at screenwriting. So he just went down that rabbit hole of just being a news commentator and then just being a dumb dipshit.
He saw Alex Jones and was like, I could do that.
Right.
Because I have no soul.
Right, because I have no soul and I want to be famous.
Right.
And then he makes shitty films, but he also writing books. And somebody pulled out a segment because nobody really reads them.
Like, did he write him or ghostwrite him?
It doesn't matter because what was written.
It does matter because that means some ghostwriter had to put those words to paper.
Well, the problem is though is
Crying.
that if it was him, which this segment that I'm about to explain was him,
Yeah.
it is super revealing. So the story is about a male who he's talking about a guy in high school. He's talking about his journey to being, I believe, in the military or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he was a scrawny kid that nobody really paid attention to, and he wasn't really the star of the show for the first 2 years of high school. But his junior year, he went from 5'7" to 6'3" and started filling in and getting really strong. And people started respecting him after that. And I was like, I think.
And all the girls kissed him.
And all the girls kissed him in the mouth.
Candy didn't give him cavities. Right. And he could surf and do a kickflip.
Right.
And a backflip. He was the happiest boy in the world. And his dad finally loved it. I mean, his dad loved him.
And no one made fun of him for being short. Not one person. So as the Dutch bear, he's like, I'm 6 foot. He's like, no, you're 5'9". You are not 5'9". You are 5'3", and that's okay. No one, if you were in the sphere you were in, no one would give a shit that you're short. No one, if you were in, if you were in society.
Let's talk truth to it.
Let's talk truth to it.
People care about height.
True.
Particularly, men and women think about men's height.
Right.
Okay? But you have to understand that that's a thing, and work on that. Work on that thing where it's like the community you hang around is not important.
Right.
Because there's always going to be there's always somebody who's going to be put shit on you.
Right.
And you don't do what these guys do, which is let it eat at them so long. And not to say that it's completely their fault. I'm going to give them that, societal, rugged individualism, all that stuff. Like if you had a community of friends who could be like, oh man, this girl didn't talk to me because I was too short.
Right.
And you had 3 friends who could say, but we still love you. That would prevent a Ben Shapiro. It doesn't take away the fact that there's awful people who are going to judge you, but you need to be able to have a community, have that self-worth, have that reflection to be like, I shouldn't make this my whole life. I shouldn't make hatred what I do.
Hating the Barbie movie for its woke messaging.
But does he even believe that? Or is he just talking? Is he a info tube where it just goes up his butt and out his mouth?
Well, he burned a bunch of Barbie dolls to prove a point. I don't know what the point was. He was proving a point to somebody, and I couldn't distinguish because I don't pay attention. I look and I read the headline and I go, that seems like some dumb shit, and then I move on with my life because I can't engage.
Yeah.
Because then I get mad because it's like, I wish I could just do that. I wish I had the luxury of just selling my soul and just being like, I'm gonna say the most vitriolic shit. And no one's gonna fucking call me on it. And if they do, I'm gonna just make myself immune to it because then because I don't have that built-in network of like, oh, white guy, I'm a white guy too.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And unless I decide to go and be like, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Mexican immigrants, they don't deserve to be here. Me, Samuel Saucedo Gonzalez, has always been here and will always be here.
And I was born here.
Right, 'cause I was born here by chance, right?
I worked hard and got born here.
Yeah, it was like the one time we go through. I was going to Arizona to drive here to visit Austin, and they have checkpoints, immigration checkpoints, right?
Oh yeah.
And the guy was there, and he's going, "Are you an American citizen?" And I was like, "Yes, I am, officer." Sanchez. I was like, what the fuck? You look fucking more mestizo than I do, fucker. Like, you look like you're from Oaxaca, you piece of shit. Like, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Who gives a fuck? But don't you start pointing fingers at me.
Juan Pablo Guadalupe de Santiago.
Right. He started going by Seth Gonzalez.
God.
Rafael Cruz and shit. God. Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Goddamn motherfucker. We're not talking politics yet.
At least, you know what? At least he goes back to visit frequently.
To Cancun, Mexico. No, he's fucking Cuban.
I know.
His dad's a fucking goddamn communist.
Oh, man.
No.
Like, here's the thing. If you connect with someone like that, it should really be like the, I don't want to say bottom of the barrel moment or rock bottom moment, but you should really like start looking at yourself and be like, hey, you know what, buddy? I should love you more. I should really deconstruct what that means.
No, but Andrew Tate is a solution, Gil. He provides solutions for men by saying you need to have all the cars, and then women will like you, and then you get to treat them like shit because they love that.
But you don't. That's the veil. You don't get to treat them like shit because the women who are around him are paid. They're making money,
right? But that's why you can get the money.
They leave forever.
That's why you get the money first. You have to exploit. You have to exploit something, and then you have to get a bunch of fancy cars, and then you have to pay them, and then you could say whatever you want to them, and you could call them all sorts of filth, and then you'll have respect from other men.
Which is really what they're looking for. Like all this posturing and shit. Like we talk about like women being catty around each other. You know, not us, but like society. It's like, oh, the woman's worst enemy is another woman. And it's like, well, it's the same thing for men. It's like we are looking for approval from our own gender to know that we're doing the right thing. We're okay. And it's like, well, you don't have to. You don't have to look for something that's in one particular way. Mm-hmm. You can look for that approval in many different ways. Even if you're like, I want to be masculine. There's 800 ways to be masculine. There's a million ways to be feminine.
And the only way to be masculine is to be angry and never feel feelings. That's the only way to be masculine in America. And also make money and provide. And then it's also my fault because society tells me to provide. And if I can't provide, then I'm worthless. And it's like,
no.
No, I'm not being devil's advocate. I'm just saying that's what they believe, right?
No, the belief is I'm not successful because someone else is doing something to me. You're not successful because of your choices.
That's right.
That's the veil. That's the other part. Like, here's the standard.
Right.
Oh, but you don't fit the standard. Oh, it's because these things happened at me. You're like,
society.
Oh, you're not having relationships because women aren't giving it to you.
Right.
Have you thought about your role in those relationships? Have you thought about that you're pursuing the people that you would benefit being in a relationship with? If you're only going on physical looks, they're also the people who are going over physical looks.
But Gil, that's the thing. I have to get someone with physical looks to give myself value because people only value me if I have a beautiful woman.
Right. So cut that shit out.
But I can only do it if I pay him lots of money to give me a class to tell me how to be shitty to women, okay?
And I know how it's like all this stuff is super complicated and it's very like, generational traumas,
right?
And reactions and evolution. We're talking about evolution. Evolution's lazy. Evolution is going to do the thing that's easiest for it to do because it's a slow process.
Right.
The example I like to use is that when people talk about evolution, is like the giraffe grew its neck long to eat
trees at a higher leaves
from a higher spot, and it's like no one giraffe did that. No one giraffe was like, there's leaves up there. It's like a slow progression over generations that they happen to get longer.
Right.
If there was no gene to say like, oh, your neck's going to be slightly longer, then you can't even select for that.
Right.
Like a giraffe is not going to grow a crab arm because it was like, this is better. I got a crab arm.
Right.
You don't have the genes for a crab arm. I'm sorry.
Right.
Not now.
Right.
So it's the same thing with like, basically anything in the world, man.
Ben Shapiro doesn't have height, so he has to do all of this to overcome it.
You got to slow down and say, at the end of the day, you got to slow down and be like, okay, if I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, what do I have at the end of the day? What do I have at the end of my life? And it's just like, well, the only thing you control is yourself, and you can love yourself.
But, Mikhail, at the end of the day, at the end of my life, I just want tons of mad bitches, son. Yeah.
And you know what? You out there, if you love yourself, you don't need mad bitches.
But it's easier to have mad bitches than to love myself, apparently, is what people think.
Yeah, no. But I know that's what, like, again, society, everything tells us. Like,
right. Because that's the thing. I tell people that, like, there was a moment where I never went incel, but I started like my frame of thinking was like, it's not my fault. It's women's fault. But like glimpses, like it never fully developed. And then at the end of my college career, I put it all together, met a girl, dated, had sex, and I was like, oh, I just had to be like, just kind of like, I figured the kind of what I needed to become, like what I was supposed to, like in terms of like what I was comfortable in my own skin. Like how I met that girl was I met my friend Jenny, who I'd known for years. I said hi to her. I said hi to all her friends. I said hi to the last friend. I was like, hey, you're cute. You want to dance? Sure. I had taught myself how to dance over 4 years because I didn't know how to dance before that.
Yeah.
And then I was dancing, letting my hips do the talking. We got along. We had chemistry. I gave her my number because I learned, oh, this is my time to ask for the number. Got her number. And then when I asked her on a date, took her to go see ice cream. Took her to go see ice cream. I couldn't afford the ice cream.
Sorry, look at this. Tell me what your favorite flavor is.
I wasn't that shitty of a dater. I took her to go see ice cream.
Hey, ma'am, give me a sample of that strawberry cheesecake. There you go, baby.
Right, exactly.
Give me about 3-4 more of those.
3-4 more.
I don't know if I like it yet.
Could you put it like in one of those, like, give me like 5 of the samples and can you put them in one of those big ones and make it look like I paid you money and give me your paper receipt with nothing on it?
Like,
but no, and then I put it all together and then I was like, oh, I had to learn how to do it for like my way, not just, oh, I could do this. I have to hit these check marks. I have to be these things and this thing. I have to be fit 200 pounds of muscle. I had to be tall, which I was. I had to have nice clothes. I had to do this, this, and this. It was like, oh no, I had to be myself, be goofy, be kind of charming. And you want to know the funniest fucking thing that she said that she liked most about me while texting me? You text in complete sentences. You have good grammar when you text. Yeah. And she's not the only one that's told me that. I text pretty much in complete sentences. And many girls I date have said that I like that about you. You're not, like, I use emojis, LOL, cry emoji. Oh, yeah, that's fine. But I'm not like, what are you up to? Number 2, right?
2, but also day.
Right.
Like
2.
Instead of writing TO, you're just like 2.
Right.
Day. Like on that point though, like again, though that in that case it worked out for you and it was good, but it was still that like external validation.
Right.
And the like true goal is to kind of have that, you know, self validation.
Right.
And go from there. Not to knock external validation, like we're social animals.
Right, yeah.
Like that's
right.
That's super important.
Right.
And like not to be like, oh, you could be just by yourself and happy. Like, no, you have to interact with people.
Right. And that was
but
the
it's
thing.
that give and get of you know, hanging out with people.
Ebbs and flows.
What's your boundary? What's your certain limit to somebody? What's your flavor? What's your humor? What's your interest?
And then that developed afterwards, right?
Go after that, and don't be afraid, because this happens too, is to let people into you.
Oh, yeah.
Because like when you have an established, particularly social group, and you start gatekeeping, and you don't allow other people to get, you're not gonna, if you're in a gaming group and you don't allow people who don't look like you in that group, then you're not gonna meet other people.
Right.
And unless you're attracted to those people that look and sound and talk like you,
right. Like how am I ever gonna get a goth emo dark girl if I don't open up to punk rock music and that type of music? If I'm judgmental about people who have piercings on their ears and eyebrows and shit,
you have to wait for one of those girls to be like, I want a Mexican podcaster.
No, that was the thing, because my first girlfriend, she was the funny thing was that she was a punk rocker from K-Town, downtown LA, and then she went to a beach school 2 hours away. And like mellowed out a bit and like became like oh yeah, I can't wear black all the time. It's the beach. And so she mellowed out. Yeah, she mellowed out a little bit. So when I met her, she was like wearing a club dress and was playing that role of the area, of the locale. Okay. And what happened was all of the guys that she had dated in her past were punk rock guys, skeezy sometimes, they got abusive, cheaters, things of that sort. Okay. And then at that moment, it lined up where she was kind of on a softer trend. I was finding my groove. I'm generally just a soft, gentler guy anyway. Yeah. And she looked at me and was like, he's a big old cuddly teddy bear and he's treating me nicely. I'm going to see what this is. And we had a ball because it was like, she was like, oh, I want to meet him at this level. And then she went back to LA, started being more punk rock again, who she really was and what she was comfortable with. And then it deviated. And that's the only reason why it didn't work, really. We were good people. She's a good person. But like, it was like, oh, okay. I see how it worked and I see how it dissolved, and then that was okay.
Yeah.
But I was heartbroken. Oh my God. Why? Why don't you love me the same as you did the moment you met me?
That's the biggest thing, is that how things change.
Oh yeah.
You know, just you and yourself. Like when we think of ourselves, we're like, oh man, me 10 years ago and me today are pretty similar. Oh, but Becky, man, she's done all these things in 10 years. And,
Right.
No, so have you, dude. Like,
Right.
That's one of my kind of phrases is, as long as you're alive, you're living.
Right.
And you have the opportunity to do whatever and be whatever and experience whatever, because you just have to. You know?
Right.
Even if you lie down on your bed every day for the rest of your life, like that's you're existing. You're part of it.
Right.
You're excreting. You're using energy. You're doing all the things that make us, bind us, and keep us
Unite
together.
us. Unite us in one ride to Rohan.
Truly, yes.
And know that Gerg's in the chat now. Is the Sammy fiction? Is this the Sammy fiction hour? No. Let's see. Wear heels. Get better, taller. Get mad bitches. It worked for Prince. It could work for me.
Well, here's the thing. Like, you want to do what Prince did, you go for it. Absolutely go for it. I want to be taller. Be taller. We
Assless chaps.
Like,
Do it.
Here's the thing about like, you know, thinking about like, what is a man, what is a woman, all that stuff like that.
Right.
We're never going to go back there.
Wondering what it is, or
to being whatever that may have been.
oh,
Because we've been transhuman forever. As soon as we put fake teeth in, as soon as we put on glasses, as soon as we wore wigs, as soon as we changed our bodies artificially, we've gone past that. We're no going back.
Right.
Once we use makeup, once we tattooed, all that stuff.
Right.
You know, manicuring. You know, most animals just their nails just go away because they use them up.
Right.
You know.
Right.
They scratch them down. They do all that stuff. They don't cut them and clean them and stuff like that.
right.
And so, like, if being like Prince is what you want to do, fucking do it.
Right.
But don't get mad at other people doing it when you're not. If it's something you want to do and somebody else is doing it,
Right.
don't be mad at them because they're brave enough to do it.
But Gil, I want to be Prince in my. I want to be Austin Prince.
Then suck it up. Grow some whatever genitals you want to grow.
Grow some ovaries.
I don't know why we associate genitals with like
Toughness.
when like my skull is like pretty. The teeth technically are the hardest. They grow some teeth.
Grow some teeth. Grow a femur.
And go dress as Prince.
Go dress as Prince, goddammit. Go purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. And grow the fuck up, all right? But no, that's the thing. That's one thing that I've never understood about kind of that realm, though, is that, like, it doesn't work. Any of the things that you try of, like, all this hyper-masculine Ben Shapiro, it's like going down those right-wing hyper-masculine spaces. Like, even when I was in the hyper-masculine space, like football, like good football practice and things of that sort, I never saw it as like, oh, this is my gate out of whatever emptiness I was feeling. You know?
Yeah.
I always felt my emptiness. I was never independent of my masculinity. I guess maybe just because I know I'm a cis male and I kind of knew I'm a straight guy. I kind of have these parameters. I mean, yes, I was limited by the Chicano, Latino, Catholic nature of my exterior and my upbringing and whatnot. That was the real limitation. But everything after that, once I started learning more, going to college, living in space more, it's like, oh, anytime I was too goddamn critical of somebody, I was like, oh, why was I? Why did I need to be? Why did I feel like I needed to do that?
Here's one way that it happens is that when you grow up and you have this feeling of stability in a community or in like a set of rules and guidelines, right?
Religion.
You're a boy, you're white, you're Christian, you're these things, whatever, and it works really well to a point because you fit in really good. Or you fit in enough. Sometimes it's just even enough.
Right.
You know, like young men nerds.
Yeah.
They have some hardships, but they fit in enough. And for those of us who have been like blatantly rejected by communities, we kind of lose that really quick.
Right.
And so pretty young, we lose that. And we're like, okay, you know, we don't have to follow these rules because the rules, they didn't even let us into the club.
Right.
But when you do get to follow those rules and those rules get to benefit you, and then you hit the point where now things are like a free-for-all.
Right.
Like you, again, are going back to those rules for meaning. So you look for people who are like, hey, this is how it's supposed to be, right?
Right.
Like, right. That's what it was when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's what I believed was supposed to happen. Yeah. So come here and we'll work on it this way.
Right.
Where the other option is to be like, oh wait, those rules didn't work at a certain point in my life. I don't think they're gonna work from here on out.
Right.
So I got to find a new thing, and then you go like college,
or
you find something to like open your mind, and or you start working,
or you can triple down and make everybody contort to your framework that has comforted you for your entire life, and any deviation from it must be met with not only aggression but policy.
Right. Then that's also a purpose.
Right.
And that's also something to do, which is very, very like. It gives your life meaning. You get to feel right. You get to feel righteous.
Right.
And the reason why I say like someone like me who's been like blatantly rejected by communities. So to me at an early age, it was like, oh yeah, this is bullshit. I don't have to follow these rules.
Right.
Because when you grow up in certain communities as a American with Mexican descent and you don't speak Spanish, because like when someone looks at me, they're like, oh, you're Mexican. And I was like, the truth is I'm American.
Yeah, and the actual. If I go to Europe,
Mexican is a nationality.
Yeah,
American's a nationality. Ethnically, I pride myself in ethnically being a lot of things. Like,
right.
Spain in itself has had so many people live there. It's a melting pot before you even hit America.
Right. Our name is Visigoth, for Christ's sakes.
Exactly.
Right.
So we got like Baltic European.
Right.
We have
Spanish,
North African. We have Celtic. We have all kinds of shit.
Right.
So like. When you're that person who doesn't like speak Spanish and you get that rebuff, you're not real Mexican.
Right.
And you talk like I talk, and they're like, oh, you're trying to be white. I'm like, you guys sound like you don't want me, so I'm not in the group.
Right.
And then when you're with, with that experience, I don't know how to describe myself because everyone predominantly who I hang out with is queer. But I'm mostly behaviorally a cis straight guy.
Right.
But like,
it's not your badge of honor that you're like, I'm a straight guy.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how long I'll be that.
Who knows, right?
I don't feel like every other straight guy that I know.
Right.
But also too, like, I haven't crossed that threshold to be like, yeah, I'm queer.
Right.
And then with my like ideas with masculinity too, like, men have to be tough and they have to be strong and they have to do this and that. And so I was like, okay, this guy's insulting me. I'm going to fight him. No, don't fight him.
Right.
Wait, what are you talking about? No, not real fight. You just have to posture back and forth. And
right.
It's like, no, that's not what you said.
No, come on, man. Let's go. Let's go, man.
Tough is hitting somebody who insulted my mom.
Right.
And they're like, no. Don't really fight. But wait, what do you say? So it's like, and then I learned masculinity was like posturing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not actually doing the thing to be tough. It's not actually doing the thing to be the breadwinner. It's pretending like you're doing it.
Right.
And
which is what these Alex Jones does.
Right.
Like Alex Jones would be like, hey, you need to take these testosterone pills. He'll have a picture of himself shirtless, and then he'll take the pills for 10 days, and he'll get more red sucked in. Hold on, let me see if I can find that picture. Have you seen that one?
How can you look at these guys and be like, this is the pinnacle, this is my goal, this is what I want to be, this is like my path, that is the finish line? Like, what? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. So, be like me. Look, I got long, beautiful hair.
Right. Although, but Alex Jones, before the pills, was like that. And then after, he was redder and more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's a better picture. And so, like, nothing changed. And he's more hairy. He forgot to shave. And so, look at. But that's what people want to be, Gil. They want to go from this. They want to go from this to this.
That's your God.
That's not my God. And it's like.
Peak human.
What's funny is that like it's such a trap for young men, boys, even teenagers and whatnot. The hair is magnificent, to be honest. Your hair is what they're saying. Look, I'm just saying I had a brilliant idea. Look at Alex Jones for a few more moments, but go on. Like, actually, that's one thing that I never asked you. Speaking of your hair, when did you decide to grow your hair out? Was it because when I went bald, you were like, oh shit? Oh, he's got to do that. When did you do that?
I wanted to grow. So when I had, man, you're making me getting into deep stuff. I was married and I got divorced, and so I decided I'm going to move away from where I was living, and you find a new life, restart, do all that stuff. And in my head, I was like, I'm going to change something. So I started growing my hair out, and at that point, I had only gone up to barbers. So I didn't go to salons. I didn't go to hairstylists or anything. And so I went to a barber. I was like, I just wanted to look clean. I'm starting a new job. I'm doing a bunch of things. I'm moving to a new city. I want to look clean. And that motherfucker butchered my head.
Oh, no.
He kept cutting, and I was just too... I was in that vulnerable spot. I had just been divorced. I'm a very vulnerable human. That's when I was most susceptible to, like, being manosphered.
Right.
But so I didn't say anything, and he kept cutting, and I felt it. I felt it on my head.
Oh, no.
Less and less. And I looked in the mirror when he was finally done, and I was like, is it good, man? You like it? Yeah, I like it.
Oh, God.
And so that was like 2017. And then COVID hit.
Oh.
I was like, I'm going to be at home all day. I'm not going to the barber.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well just grow it.
Yeah, that's how this got super long. And this got super long. This got super long too. Sorry, I had this wig for an ad and I was gonna return it and I forgot I had it. Mid-show, I gotta put on the wig so that people know that we're brothers. Cause I have no fucking hair at all. I lost my hair. Our dad is bald. Our dad's bald, has been bald most of my life.
Yeah.
And do you ever remember dad with hair?
I remember him with that.
The fro halo?
No, not even. It wasn't a fro. He kept it short.
Uh-huh.
What is that called? In my head,
The
I keep
Picard.
saying Royal Crown. Or
Yeah,
it's
the
like the
Picard.
Yeah, the Picard.
Yeah, because my dad has always had the Picard. He's always been bald on top, hair on the sides.
Yeah.
My entire life. And so, like, you said we made a pact. I thought it was just a pact with myself, but apparently you were in on it too, that if we were going to lose our hair, we were going to shave it bald.
I gave you that idea.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, I don't know why I got it in my head. I would see like guys with like the little island.
Oh my fucking God.
Comb over.
I see it now and I'm
Yeah.
like, just let it go.
Yeah.
I was talking about the angry
it
video
go.
game nerd.
No.
Today, look, no disrespect to angry video game nerd. I love AVGN and he is losing the top of his hair.
Yeah.
And he could just shave it. Like it's gone.
No,
Give
it's
up the
it's
ghost.
worse-
Right there. There you
worse-
go. There's
worse
perfect.
now, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what he used to look like, or a little bit more hair, and that's what he looks like now. Give it up, man.
Style it. Well, that's like
There, yeah, like
that one. Like part of me thought like he's doing a bit with his hair.
right.
Sure, that's funny.
That's what he looks like. Yeah, 20. Yeah, he's a handsome dude, but it's like give
Yeah.
up the goat, man. Patrick Stewart gave up the goat. He committed. He committed in there.
That's it's like having just like it's just like having anything unkept.
Also,
No, I know.
hey, we have a first time chatter.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, F that guy.
Oh, no, are you sure?
Sure. Yeah, you're gonna.
It's yeah. I don't know how
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I already read it a minute ago.
he got an Instagram and a Twitch.
This fool.
God dang it.
So you need to instant ban him
Oh yeah, I could do that.
because did you see what he wrote?
It's a me.
Who the fuck is Theo?
Yo, yeah. We didn't teach him.
What?
Theo, Rudy.
Theo Huxtable? Who's he
Theo
talking
Huxtable.
to?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not wearing a wig. This is my natural hair.
And let's not give him so much attention because he's just.
Oh, yeah, I'm
he's
gonna
not
ignore
more.
him completely.
We're still on our show.
Oh yeah, yeah. But the idea is if you're going bald, so if you implanted the idea in my head,
Yeah, I said if I was going bald because I assumed like that might be in my possibility, in my
Right.
future. I'm just gonna shave it, and it was a decision I made for myself, and I don't know if I told you to maybe do it or if I said that's what I was gonna do. But
Right.
that's something I was like, I would see men holding on to it and be like, I'm just gonna cut it. And
Right.
I've shaved my head completely bald.
Yeah.
So I got a good head.
I mean, I did that in college
Knock
too,
on
and I
wood,
had a great
it
head
looks
too.
Great. I got lucky.
Right.
But yeah, I said that out loud, and then I think you took it to heart. And then when you started going, you look magnificent, by the way.
What? With the bald head?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bald head beard combo.
Well, do you want to know what happened though? Why? Because there was a prime time that I wasted with my fucking ex-girlfriend that I had hair and the beard because I knew it was coming because I was in Santa Barbara, and he knows, motherfucker, he knows the story. So you don't know the story, or maybe you weren't there in that situation.
I don't think I will.
So I'm getting my hair done at the barber in Santa Barbara, and I go, hey man, the lineup is not so straight, and I'm like, what's that about? And he goes, you're balding, man. And I go, oh, fuck. I'm like 24, 25. And I'm like, fuck.
He's like, I can't put more in.
Right, exactly. And it was down here still, but it was the beginning of the end.
Right.
And so, but I still always kept my hair short because of football. Because I used to, in sixth grade, I had the spiky hair, Dragon Ball gelled. People have seen that picture of me in sixth grade graduation. And then I started playing football, and the gel would sweat into my fucking eyes because I never thought to wash my hair before the fucking practices. So I'd get gel in my eyes, and I said, fuck it, shave it short, done.
Yeah.
Short. And then in college, I was like, let me get a new hairstyle. Caesar, big puff. I didn't know what the fuck to do with my hair. Then guys started teaching me about taper fades. So I could cut it short, and then you get the taper fade.
Right.
Looks like you're doing a little bit of something, right? I did not have the frosted tips with the red black beanie.
I didn't have the shirt.
I had the flame shirt. I have the flame shirt right here with me. The dragon blue flame shirt. Oh, it's not here. This is the proverbial ether.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. After college, I go, okay, I can't grow a full beard yet. I can grow a mustache now and a goatee.
Yeah.
And then I had the chin strap. And then I was like, okay, let me put this all together. I come here, I have just the goatee. And then I'm like, let me see if I'm in Austin. Let's grow a beard. Let's see if we can do it.
Yeah.
And so I start growing out the beard, and then I see my hair, and I go, oh shit, there's nice barbers here in Austin.
Yeah.
They could clean up the sides, give me the fucking part.
They'll talk to you and help you to figure it out.
Right.
Because a lot of barbers won't necessarily do that. They'll ask you what you want. You tell them, so you have to know going in.
Right.
You know, you need to go to like a more, that was the era of like the hipster barber coming up.
Yeah, 2010-ish.
That was when like, what's it called? Like the barber shop. That kind of vibe, that kind of like feeling, that community kind of like, this is not Supercuts.
I found a 1950s style barber it was a South Congress here in Austin.
Yeah.
And like they had like, checkered fucking ground and everything. Like they had an old timey vending machine. And so it was like these guys were hipster barbers.
Right.
But I was like, what should I do with all this hair? And they're like, all right, we got you.
So look at what kind of hair you have.
And my cousin Will, who's in the chat right now, Gerg, was like, let me get your beard cleaned up. And he took me to a barber and got my beard done right, nice and done, right? So I said, okay. So I got the hair done and the
You
beard.
look ridiculous right now. I'm just staring at you. And like my brain was like, this is wrong. What do you?
No, I have this hair. This is what you look like to me. Because I'm looking for you in crowds, and I'm like, who's this hippie motherfucker? Oh, that's my brother.
There was Jesus Christ.
Who's this fucking hobo coming after me right now?
Oh, hey. I deep condition this.
And so I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out. And so I got the combo down. I'm now at the era of my Instagram where you can see, like, I'm wearing the hat still, but when I take it off, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
2017, had the slick hair, got the sides done. This is me in New York. That's probably 27 years old. I'm probably the most stylish, handsome I've been, right? I found my groove, found my comfortableness. I want to look good. I think at the time I'm with that ex-girlfriend, but like I pieced it together. I got it. Then our grandmother passes away.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Grandma B. We love Grandma B.
Yeah.
And it's actually about this era here. So our sister gets married, and
we got in 916 Sacktown.
916 into his house, and so so you look at that picture. Hair still looks good, beard on the sides, whatever.
Well, look at that. Look at those lines.
Exactly. But if you look closely, a little lighter.
Yeah. A little thinner.
But it looks good.
Not a full crop this year.
Exactly. Looks good. But my grandmother passes away, and I'm like, dang it, this hurts.
Yeah.
And we go, me and you have the pleasure, or rather not pleasure, definitely not pleasure. We have the honor to be pallbearers.
Bury that.
Put that beer in the ground. Now, and so we do the funeral. My cousin Will behind us, because we're in the front because we're the biggest guys.
Yeah.
Just by way. And we do the whole ceremony. And I'm sad and I'm mourning. And I'm not like tearing up, but I'm just like, man, that's the second time I've had to do this, put somebody in the ground. It's a weird feeling.
Grandparent, yeah.
It's a weird feeling that's one of the weirdest feelings for me, where it's like, I've done it 3 times. I did it for a friend too, his dad. It's like, it's me that put them in the ground. That's such a weird feeling. And I'm processing that. And I'm sitting and I'm there and I'm alone. Nobody's bothering me. I'm just kind of like zoning out. And I'm like, man, that was something. Fucking Gerg from the distance. Look at a little thin back there, Sam. Motherfucker. God damn it. You son of a bitch. I'm fucking mourning. I'm sad. My grandmother just fucking died. And he's over here. He sees the bald spot that is inevitably growing at the top of my head that you can't see in this photo. You can't see it, but it's growing slightly.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of it.
And you're tall, too.
And I'm
so,
tall.
Like, you can't just go up on you and be like, whoa, that's missing.
Right.
You got to, like, have a vantage point.
Right.
You got to have a distance.
Right. And I'm probably looking up, trying to be like,
Looking at
don't
the
cry. Looking at the heavens. Beckoning for my grandmother's voice one more time. Looking a little thin back here, Sam.
And she called.
Right. And I was
her
just
voice.
like, fuck. And so at the end of that year, I was like, I think this was actually later in that year. I was like, at the end of the year, I'm shaving my goddamn head.
Yeah.
And so I started growing out the beard. And then that's where you get this picture. That's me with the longer beard. I shaved my head. And I was like, that's what I'm doing.
Dude, you do look like a cartel boss.
I do not look like a cartel
you
boss.
do. You look like you buried some people.
I don't bury anybody.
You look like you did. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying you look like you
it.
have.
Okay, that maybe put that back on.
You need to get someone style that hair.
No, man, this is.
Talk about me looking scruffy.
I'm not looking scruffy. This looks good. This is a good look for me. You're lucky that I ended up with this and not with this right here, because it could have gone way worse.
Oh my God!
Like if you would have been bald, you wouldn't have been. You would have had just the bald and the goatee. You would have looked like the ultimate cholo.
I would look like a magician. I'd look like a sinister man. I look like I have machinations.
You'd have tinctures in your coat, and you'd have a cane. You'd have to have a cane.
My fingers would move like this. Like,
Right.
"Ooh, we have this. And
You
we
know,
have that.
And look what we used to look like, man, brother. That's what we used to
my
look
God.
like. That was just on my Instagram. I was right there. So that was my bro. Look at me. That was after he pushed me out the window. This was the good time. See, choking me. He has a history of choking me.
Look at your face. Look at your face.
What? Yes.
It's a game. It's a joke. And you see that Band-Aid on my finger? That's
Right.
where you bit me.
I didn't bite you. What are you talking about?
That's the story now.
Right. Also, my bunny ears, not a very good bunny ears, folks. I forgot they're supposed to go behind the head.
But you're sticking out my neck. An Eldritch nightmare.
What are you, a fucking stegosaur? Oh my god! And so yeah, that's. I honestly, it's okay that it ended up that way. I'm actually really okay being bald because my hair.
You should be like that's the message I'm trying to give everybody is that your life is going to be what it is and you're going to be who you are and you should love that person.
Yeah, because I could have been that.
Who else?
I could have held on like that guy did.
But even then, like, look, he held on because he was low maintenance.
Right?
He
Yeah,
was trying to hold on to youth.
Right.
He was like this.
Oh yeah, it didn't bother him
Shave
to
my head in the morning.
Right. Actually, no, he would have shaved it. He said this. Our mom doesn't like bald heads. She hates when my head's bald. She fucking hates it.
It's not her.
It's not her. Yeah, no, I still shave my head. Yeah.
Then give me implants.
Right. No, but yeah, she doesn't like them, right? Oh, man, speaking of, now we're just reminiscing. There's other Joe as Dora the
Is he
Explorer.
Dora?
Yes, he is.
See why I love that guy?
Yeah, exactly. But and then
Would've make him
there's
my friend.
all the people. Anyway, I think that wraps it up. We've been here 2.5 hours.
That's what I do.
It's what we do. We could do this forever, but there's only like 10 people watching, and nobody's donated. Actually, one person donated.
Yeah. Because I'm not traditional. I'm different.
You're built different.
I don't stare at you and wondering what you're talking about. I engage you.
Exactly. And you have stories of your own and your own opinions about masculinity and what it is to have long hair and what it is to remake yourself into another
Being feminine
human
is better.
Being feminine?
You have more friends.
Oh yeah, no shit. Actually, so here's the thing. If we're going into that real quick,
Tell your friends you love them; they'll want to hang out with you more.
That's the thing.
And treat them that way.
Going to therapy is fucking tight. It's like a key to unlocking other people's bullshit.
Yeah.
And so you're able to just be like, man, I've worked on myself, and so I know my tendencies. Doesn't mean I fixed them all, but I'm aware of my tendencies.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but then I can understand how that commingles with others, and when I fight against the tendencies that had pushed people away, and go like, oh, I'm more accepting, therefore people are more accepting of me.
Yeah.
I find myself in spaces where I'm a little bit happier. That's way better than just rejecting everything and not fitting it into my little thing, right? And so like, yeah, of course I'm gonna be like pro LGBTQ, like drag queens. I've told you about my new love for drag queens, right?
Yeah, which baffles me because
It's like-
we had this conversation where you're just like, man, like I like that's all my friends. Like
Right.
my friends are all like people who are just everything.
Right.
You know, they skew a little white, but you know that's
Right.
because it's improvers. They
Yeah. Improv skew white just generally.
I'm trying to get me compadres to come. Hey, come try class.
Oh yeah, because so here's the he's trying to get me into improv classes so I can work on my comedy so I can provide for you a better show
Or acting class.
or acting. But I looked at the website for like Austin's Improv,
Yeah.
white, and I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say, like the Oscars, when I started, I got Best New Improviser at one of my local clubs, and my buddy Ruben Acosta got Best Improviser that year, 2019. So, you know, we kind of swept it like Karan and
what was it? The Toro and Gonzalez and Yuritu. There you
Right,
go, man.
Yuritu, so.
And so when I do it, I will be better than you one day. Is what the moral of the story is.
I mean-
and if you guys make this podcast fail, then he'll be better than me, and I can't stand for that. So, like, subscribe. Be sure to follow us on all social medias because this is the guy that's going to rub it in. The one with the full head of hair, the one with talent. It's charming, smart. Understands things better than me. Why are you better than me? I hate you.
you got more views than me. That's something.
I have more views than you. That's actually, and I hold that. Like, I remind you every day. You know that, right? I call it. Hey, Gil, we're at 1.5 million. Just so you
I don't
know.
give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing, because you're fucking, you're a goddamn Gen. No, you're an older millennial. Never mind. I can't even put that
I'm a
against you.
geriatric millennial.
Right.
I was there.
Also,
Gandalf.
I'm getting fucking called out by this motherfucker.
who?
No, better. Not gonna lie. More weapons. Hey, kid. All right. Just because you have an armory at your home doesn't mean you're inherently better. All right. I have wigs. I have a skeleton.
You don't think I got costumes?
Oh, I don't have costumes. I don't have.
I got
costumes.
lingerie. I got capes. I got leather. I got straps. I don't got mustache. I don't got makeup though. I'm gonna get him into makeup soon.
I got glasses. I got hats. Hold on.
I got no eye protection.
Look at this, man. Look at. Don't you talk shit about
He's
me.
doing things. He's bringing. Oh my god, he's bringing his best friend.
I got props. Okay. I got buddies. I got friends. Okay.
They sit on your lap like that.
No, he's on his knees is worse somehow.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, look I got skeleton friends. I got friends on the other side. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
This is what we've come to.
This is
you
what
know
we've
this.
come to.
So take
Props
a
and
screenshot,
gimmicks?
guys. Take a screenshot. This is Sammy 5 years from now. This is what his bit's gonna be. It's gonna be some character that has become his real personality. He's gonna have props. He's gonna have that. Tommy, TJ, JJ. They're not gonna. Marcos. They're not gonna be here. It's going to be a revolving cast of other Austinites who are just as weird.
Use coupon code MEX20 for Blue Chew so you can have the hardest of the
NordVPN.
NordVPN. Skillshare.
Audible.
Audible.com. Audible.com where you get the finest erotic novels.
Today we're doing the two-step challenge where we put glass on the ground and do a two-step.
Oh my God. We're going to do the fire challenge where I set myself on fire. It's just self-immolation. I don't put myself out, but hopefully I get a lot of clicks.
We're doing the living wage challenge where I work for $12 an hour.
I record myself work at Home Depot where I'm selling people lumber.
I try to live for a week as someone making $12 an hour.
Guess what? I fucking die. My student loans kick in, and I have to put all of it towards that, or else the federales will come after me and murder me.
Oh, man.
Here's the student loans next month. Fuck everything. Joe Biden, we're gonna remove $10,000 of your debt.
$10,000 ain't shit, man.
No, but that's like the interest, right? But then,
Yeah.
but then it's like, and if you have the other debts, it's gonna be even lower. And then a bunch of banks sued that. They're like, government can't do that.
Yeah.
Your payment's only gonna be $150 a month instead of $500. No, fuck that. Where's my $10,000? What the fuck is this? What do I have to do to get my fucking loans forgiven when that shit went up every year I went to school? All my classes had 50 to 70 people in it with space for
Vote.
25.
Vote. It's all made up. We all just made it up and agreed on it. We could literally make a law being like everyone gets $1 million a day.
Right.
We just got to say it.
We just gotta say
I'll
it.
agree to it.
Capitalism is a farce. This is how I started. I was the hair and the glasses and the hat is what the skeleton is what's gonna get me through this. I'm gonna start just turning. I don't even know. I'm just become anarchist or something like that.
You need to do this on your next show.
What?
I'm not here. You need to come out like this. No, you see, and that's the thing. You can't because the other guys are going to say something immediately.
Right, because they suck. I hate them so much. Like, I'm in the character right now. Hey, this is a character I'm playing.
Oh, this is him 10 years from now.
Marcos held me back the entire time. JJ,
Burn those bridges.
JJ, raging racist. No, never. Not JJ. TJ, however.
Something about homeless men?
Something about homeless men and Somalians. I don't know. I just made up a race.
Somalians are real. They're not made up.
No, I meant like I made up a race that we hated. No, Somalians, you are real.
Ethiopians, you're fake.
Ethiopians, however, your food. Hey, there's an Ethiopian restaurant I want to try here in Austin. I can't talk shit about the Ethiopians.
Get that anjada. What? Yeah, Basha ladies.
Oh man, I don't know what the hell that. I don't know what you're saying to me.
Go live in San Jose in 2006.
I was 16. I wasn't allowed to leave home at that time.
That food.
I would be a ward of the state if I went there in 2016. I'd be 16 years old, not knowing where the hell I was going.
And your brother. You stayed in my apartment.
Yes, and no, Somalians aren't fake. Somalians are real. TJ's hatred for them is fake.
Good.
TJ has no hatred for anybody that I know of.
As you shouldn't.
Marcos, however, God. He hates Presbyterians. I don't know how to pick a religion.
Oh, if we're going in there. Lutheran.
Lutherans. Evangelites. Fourth day Adventists. Everyone hears about the first day Adventists. It's only about the fourth day. Oh shit! No, that's where we go. That's where we go down the deep end. Start talking about scientists and their vaccines.
Christian scientists.
Oh, you mean the ones that are like, oh, Jesus was alive. What about dinosaurs? Dinosaurs aren't real. He put them in the he dug them in the ground to test us. Why would God do that?
You know when you like get a sandbox and you start burying stuff in to find it later.
Oh my God. By the way, one last thing. The Book of Mormon's coming to town. I've never seen it, but the tickets are like $300 for one.
Yeah.
Should I spend the money to go? No.
You know, I will say one thing. When I first saw it, I enjoyed it a lot, and I can imagine people still enjoying it.
Right.
It is dated.
Oh.
You know, the jokes are all Africans have AIDS. And
oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
shit,
a whole song about it. It literally says the doctor, the teacher, the keeper, Nina the Pinta, and it's like, it is a joke about our perceptions.
Right.
I will give them credit enough to say, like, they are not saying
this is the truth.
Joke.
Right.
However, when you do make those jokes and people see it, it's hard to see past the layers when it's so blatant.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like when somebody does an impression like, oh, these fools, they're like this, and they do it too hard.
Yeah.
That is just real.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, you say everybody has AIDS, and at some point in the song, you're like, man, they just keep saying it.
Yeah. Stop it. Also, man, okay, I'm going to go back to being just truly who I am.
Please.
But here's the thing. How do you do it with this fucking hot-ass hair? I'm sweating with this hair on my head.
It takes a solid... It takes like...
I don't think I can return that to fucking Spirit Halloween anymore. I think it's doing sweating it. Good God.
Your head acclimates over like several months. God. The only thing is, when it is on the neck, when it is hot on the neck, that's when you see me pull it up. When you see me pull it up, it's hot. God. Which gives me enough relief because I think it's like insulated enough.
Right.
Where there's enough hair to keep it from getting hotter.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
Give me your hair is what I'm saying.
No.
You go bald and I take the hair.
No.
I look better in it. You saw it.
I already promised it to our sisters. They need it. Or, my kid with cancer.
Oh. You meant cancer-wise. I go, yeah, our sisters have great hair, but it could thin. I don't know. Who knows?
Whatever.
Whatever.
I want my sisters to be Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. Just have a wall of wigs named and steamed and combed daily. Real quick, one of the things, growing my long hair is because I wanted to see what I look like with long hair.
Yeah.
That's why I shaved my head. I want to see what I look like bald.
Right.
But because my hair is a certain type, I would also like to see myself as blonde, short hair.
Have you thought about dyeing your hair?
Yeah. I've been thought about getting highlights. Jason Momoa it.
Oh, like blondish? Brownish,
yeah.
Also, we keep getting one question. We must answer this.
Okay.
Who's the better brother?
Probably Orville.
I would go Tito. Tito Jackson is the best brother.
Well, we have to come up with consensus.
Okay. How about
Not Romulus.
no?
Not Abel?
Are we including all African Americans? See, undercover, undercover might be the best brother. I'm just saying, because like Kobe, maybe
The brother in your heart.
right? It might be you. It might be you. You might be the best
Be
brother.
the best brother that you want to be. And it doesn't have to be blood related.
Right. It also depends on what you're asking about. We both have different. I'm getting older.
Little limp.
Sometimes when you get older, oh my lizard. No, we both have completely different skill sets. That's the thing. We started at the same skill branch, and we decided to put our skills into completely different things.
Here's
That's
the final answer.
thing.
Final answer, and then we're out.
Final answer.
Okay. The best brother is several brothers that will help you survive in different situations by spreading out skill sets.
Right.
So it's individualized. Mm-hmm. Find that brother that can make cider, and find the
Right.
brother who can do electrical.
Right.
Because I can't do electrical.
I can do minor electrical because I worked at the hardware store. I know that turn off the power so you don't explode because I'm afraid of dying by electricity because that's like one of my biggest stupid fears. Like I'm not afraid of turning on lights. Like
I'm
lights
afraid
are
of
fine.
quicksand.
No.
Dying by
No, but if
electricity.
you hit a high voltage something, it's like, man, life is just instant nothingness. You don't even register the fact that you fucking died. You're just like, hey, I'm gonna. And it's just this. It's not even fade to black. It's just I don't have a black. There you go. It's just that. It's just that, and it's just there all the time. It's not even a fade. It's just instantly. So that's why, like random raw electricity. That's why I don't do my own electrical if given the opportunity. It's very easy. Most things are very easy because they do it so that we don't kill ourselves constantly.
And you're gonna have to learn canning or something, man.
Well, that's
How
the
to
thing.
skin a deer.
No, see, you went into real world practical education, and I went into this digital realm.
Yeah, and it's not gonna exist in the apocalypse.
Orating, Will. Wow, because I couldn't even say that fucking word. Orating, Will. I have to get an old timey folksy thing, or else that lends credence to the things I say. Back in the old times, I was an orator.
Podcast is just gonna be a bunch of cans connected to strings to people's houses.
Exactly. No, I'm a town crier. I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna be like, "Hear ye, hear ye. Here's news from the other town and tales from the time before." That's my skill set. And people are going to believe everything I say. So if I say you are a legend, if you are like a freaking god in the city of Fresno and I'm telling the story in Santa Barbara, people are going to believe me because people won't be able to refute it unless they drove 500 miles on bike to refute me.
Drove on bike.
Drove on bike. Clearly my orating skills are at the pinnacle.
You gotta work on that. Sam.
Exactly.
You gotta work on your,
right.
maybe diversify a little bit. Maybe get into some finance.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life. We're getting the fuck out of here. I'm tired of being disrespected. Thank you for joining me, brother.
House. I've taken his bed and his belongings.
But you've not taken my woman because she's in Japan.
I will take your freedom. Good night, everybody.
Mother of a murdered wife, husband to a murdered daughter. I will have my vengeance.
Uncle to a murdered nephew. Friend to a murdered friend. Customer to a murdered baker. Go ahead.
I don't have any. I'm not good at improv. You're the improver. This is your skill set. I'm not good with word thing.
Passenger to a murdered chauffeur. Keep going, man. You gotta stop, man. Keep going.
Keep going.
No,
Feed the content machine. Feed the content machine. I am milking you for all. I am milking you for all your content needs.
No.
I'm milking the sweet content teats. Sweet content teats is the name of my new channel with the guy with the sunglasses and the wig. So be sure to join us on Thursday for content teats. No, I think we're actually doing a show Wednesday so that I'm taking these off. I thought
Please.
we're doing a show Wednesday. We're doing our fantasy football draft, and we're doing another episode of Compas with the other guys, not this guy. Thank you, brother, for coming on the show. It was irreverent.
Hermano.
It was irreverent. It was fun. It would be in that weird category that doesn't get shown on Netflix. It's going to get its own thumbnail. It's going to be of John Travolta in a 70s shoot called The Punisher. Go to Netflix, look up The Punisher. The thumbnail's stupid. Anyway, folks, it's time for us to get out of here. Thanks, brother. Actually, no. Where can they find you? Usually you give a mystic answer, but you might actually want them to find you on things.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm kidding. If like I do live theater, if you're in Sacramento and want to, if you're in Sacramento and want to see comedy, come to various places. Sacramento Comedy Spot, Stab Comedy Theater. Probably get in other places then too. If you want me on your shows, let me know. You have to pay me though, fly me out because I'm not rich.
Exactly. And they don't even do that for me. So good fucking luck with that. Everybody, I don't even know how to end this. It's just been so good. But
We love you.
For us to go. We love you. We love you. And we are Paramore. No, we're not.